Well, welcome back to the live stream. It's beach sprinting action, and joining me this afternoon to cover all the action that we've got on the beach with sprinting singly and relays is Ryan Hoffman, multiple single champion in his day, team champion, 6 to 7 gold medals. Welcome, Ryan. This is going to be a great action-packed afternoon on the sand.
Thanks, Jimmy. Yeah, it's going to be great finals this year.
Right, we're lining up now in the women's under-19 female beach sprint. We've got Gleeson from Alexandria Headland, Stricker from Kurrawa, we've got Williams from Mollymook, we've got Lamal from Malura, we've got Rampoli from North Cronulla, we've got Rafferty from Sorrento in WA, and we've got the Currumbin girls on the end, Stanford and Clermont. This will be a hot field. Look out for Sorrento in lane 7. From WA, Ryan, what do you make of the girls here today running into a headwind?
Well, it comes back to sometimes it's the strongest one. I know from our club, Kurrawa, Taylor Stickler's very strong. But then you've got the WA girl, this is the state champion, Rafferty, Sydney Rafferty, and also Eva Clermont. She's actually the French national champion to come over to train with the Currumbin team. So she may be one to watch too. She looks very strong as well.
So Leah Rampoli from North Cronulla, 17 girls beach sprint final is ready to go. They're set and they're away. What a great start there in the middle of the field. Yeah, you've got North Cronulla out to a great start. This is where it's going to start to hurt. It's into the headwind. Too tight there. North Cronulla coming over there. Or is it Kurrawa throws their arms up?
Yes.
Club coach gets the first gold. Ryan, what do you make of that?
I was actually, after seeing her semi-final, she's a really strong competitor, and running in the wind, it makes a big difference for the strength athletes.
What a great start to the Kurrawa club on the beach. It's explosive. Let's have a look at the start. They're away and off to a great start. Oh, the girls striding now. It's a tough race, Ryan. Running into the wind, it's a completely different race. Yes?
It is definitely the stronger athletes can actually pick up a couple of metres for the lighter ones. So a lot of the lighter would much prefer a tailwind, and I think Taylor was probably hoping for a headwind today, and there you go.
Taylor Stricker, she knew she got the cash. The arms are up, the arms are pumping. She is the individual under-19 beach sprint champion. What a magnificent run there, and great team spirit there we can see. Alexandra Headland straight over for the congratulation, but it was lane 2 getting the cash in the under-19 beach sprint final. What a backdrop this Gold Coast is. Now we can see the boys are down here now, Ryan. What's going on here? Some are wearing long pants, some are wearing shorts. They're dusting the track. What do you see?
Well, they're clearing the track because they want to make sure they get a good footing at the start. And you'll see the start can get a bit of a curve out, so they want to make sure they flatten that out so they don't get any soft, like really soft sand, because they want a little bit harder when they take off.
So they need to pack it down. We'll be running the men's 19 beach sprint final in a second. Kurrawa there again. So Ryan's on the edge of his seat. He wants to go 2 from 2. We'll be running Banks Smith, Dominic from North Cottesloe in lane 1 on the screen right now with the white cap, blue and white Cossies. Brock Scrivener from Mollymook. What a great flagger he is. This probably won't be his strength, but he will run really well. Lloyd Matthew, the state champion from North Cottesloe in the white cap also. Caleb Enright from Kurrawa, we'll hear more about him in a second. Michael Hanna from Allura in Sydney's Southern Shire can run. Jamie Smith from Wanda. Lachlan Allen from Kurrawa and Aidan Smith from Currumbin. That's your field from right to left. How do they feel right now, Ryan? This is the part, well, it's over in about 10 to 12 seconds.
Sometimes you'll see someone be a standout in the semi, and then in the final it's a different story. But looking at Michael Hanna, he's got to be the one to watch. His father's a great athlete, so is his mother, though, so he's got a good pedigree there. And he's matching with the Opens this year. So
we're running over 90 metres on the soft sand, and it's packed, it's hard, it's soft, it's everything, it's curved, it's footprints from the race before. It's looking straight ahead. Mate, you've been the Australian champion before. How nerve-wracking is this part?
I used to find getting to the final was the nervous part. So so it depends on the people. So I think sometimes the pressure on people, someone like Michael Hanna, who everyone's expecting him to win, that sometimes makes it harder.
Okay, we look across the field from right to left there, and we can see different sizes does it matter in this field what size you are?
I think the stronger ones, but these kids look strong. They're, I don't think it's going to affect these guys. I think the fastest runner will win, or the person who can hold themselves together the best.
So Jamie Smith there at the top, last 3 places there. He's a big guy from Wanda. He's raced for New South Wales before. He's in terrific form. Well, we know Currumbin can run, and we know that we've got the WA state champion from North Cutteslowe in the middle. 2 North Cutteslowe competitors. The club there will be racing a little bit of club championships, but they'll be looking down now. They'll be forgetting about who they're in. No, Cottesloe walking away. Nervous, twitching. You've got to be on from the start, don't you?
100%. Sometimes if you miss that start, that can be the race. So even though it's 90 metres, it can come down to your start. Cottesloe always has good beach athletes. Western Australia has great athletes.
Why? Why is that?
I don't know. They just seem to keep producing. WA, if you look across the board for all the sprinters over the years, they may be up there better than the East Coast boys.
So you've got Aileen and Enright from Kurrawa. What do you make of those guys?
Well, Aileen Lachlan, he's the Queensland flag champion, second in the sprint, so he's considered himself more of a flagger. Then Caleb, he's
setting
strong.
For the under-19 beach sprint final. Lane 1, North Cottesloe, Mollymook, North Cottesloe, Curra, Allura, Wanda, Curra and Currumbin, and they're set. And they're away. What a great start by Jamie Smith from Wanda and Michael Hanna from Allura, and it's all into it from here. It's a tough headwind. Jamie Smith from Wanda, I think, but it's too tight to tell. But I would think in the middle, in lane 6, Jamie Smith from Wanda, hands on hips. It will be very tight. It will be very tight. We'll have a look how it unfolded. How do you see the finish there? They're all the way even.
I'm pretty sure James Smith from Wanda got that. He kind of snuck under the rainbow, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, but it's very, very close there. The boys didn't claim it like the girls. It's come down. He's a bit wobbly there. We're looking at second last from your screen there. Is it Jamie Smith or is it Michael Hanna? Oh, that's tight. But I'd say on the angle we're seeing, Jamie Smith just looks like he's got it over Michael Hanna. And then I would say North Cott will be there, Matthew Lloyd. But they come into the lanes now that they run in. The 2 boys from the Shire congratulate each other. So we're away set. And so powerful. But like the girls in the under-19s, it's so close. We can see Curra, as you said, the flagger just probably fading. So the boys will line up now and the judges will come forward and give them the positions. Yep, Jamie Smith from Wanda takes gold in the under-19s. What a stellar year for Jamie Smith. Michael Hanna in second and Cottesloe's Matthew Lloyd taking it out. So the 19 girls and the 19 boys have been running some of the closest beach sprinting we've seen. We've got the older guys and the younger girls to come. What do you make of the finals package so far?
After watching the semi-finals, I knew they were going to be close. And once again, there was a bit of a shock there. He's a big, strong lad. I think that's made the difference.
Yep, test 1, 2.
Yeah, well, the 19 girls have run. Now the 17 girls are up and ready. So we've got Abby Holly from Coogee in Sydney's East. We've got Amy Brennan from Sorrento in WA. Brianna Irving from Currumbin. Mia Spencer from Hangington Lifesaving Club. Charlie Rafferty from Sorrento. Olivia Millett from Currumbin. Bridget Selby from Allura. And Sophie Leah Owen from Currumbin. How do you see this unfolding? We got someone in the long pants. What do you make of that, Ryan?
Well, sometimes people prefer to be in the tights with the compression. They feel like they can run better with it. Lane 1, Holly Abbey, she's a great runner. She went really well in Opens and in her age group at World Titles. The Currumbin girls, Brett Robertson always prepares his athletes to come up at peak perfectly, so you can't rule out any of the Currumbin girls as well. So it's after watching the semi, there's nothing in between these girls in semi. So I think whoever can hold their stress levels the best is going to be the ones who go the best.
Well, it's still the same. We've got the WA, we've got a bit of the lower Gold Coast still doing well. who are taking it up. But last race was the Shire. The race before was the Gold Coast. I mean, it's spreading out. Lots of people from WA running well in the minor age group. So Coogee, Sorrento, Currumbin, Hampton, Sorrento, Currumbin, Allura and Currumbin. Well, Currumbin doing really well, getting 3 into the final of the under-17 girls. Currumbin, a strong, strong beach club. They've been winning open women's sprints for the last few years in flags, so these young girls have had someone to aspire to. That's got to help.
Oh, definite. And Brett and Sam Dick has got a great squad going. And I think success builds on success. And that's what happens. I believe one of the girls here from Currumbin, this is one of the first races on the beach, so it's pretty impressive for her to make a final.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Currumbin are doing really, really well there. They had the young boy in the under-15 flags. He'd never done flags before, and he took out the flags in the youth championships. See if they can get someone to take out the girls' 17 sprint with their first year of doing it. But Bridget from Allura, she's in good form. I think she's standing the most composed. That's got to help, or do you think that it's good to have that nervous twitch? Like the girls look like they're getting all twitchy, waiting for the start. Would they have watched in the water? You've got to watch the races before to get to know what's happening. Would they be watching to see? Because we saw a couple of boys there run a little off the track. Would they be looking to see if the wind's affecting the boys, or they're just going to do their own thing?
A lot of time they come out of the blocks and run straight. Then some will move across to the side of the edge near the rope because it hasn't been run on. So they're not hitting other footprints. I used to like to curve across there. So some will do that. And it's hard just because you're twitching. Some people just like that. That's just part of their race preparation.
Girls getting set down into their blocks. They build their blocks, not like you see on the track. You don't bring your own track. 17 female beach sprint of Australia, Aussies 2019. And they're away. Currumbin off to a magic start there. That'll be Irving from Currumbin off to a magic start. Looks like she's got about a length on the field. And Holly Abbey there from Coogie's in there with a good chance. Oh, what about Currumbin taking it out very, very cleanly. Coogee in second, and who could pick the third there?
Yeah, it was hard to pick. I think we have to leave that on the judges.
Coming back to see the explosive start of Currumbin, third from the right. Look at the start from Irving. Blew them away in the 17 beach sprint female final. Holly Abbey from Coogee, dynamite for second, and it's your pick for third.
Yeah, that was a great start from the Currumbin. You watch it, if they replay again, you can see how she maintained her drive phase. Probably a bit better than all the other girls. She kept down a lot longer, where a few of the others jumped straight up in the running action, and that can cost you a few metres.
Was that surprising, that big a victory for first and second over third?
Oh, I think they just executed the best, and that sometimes at that age group you can often get more of a standout. So it's I think those girls just executed the best and kept their nerves the best.
All right, the girls in the 17 beach sprint. We have the Australian champion there, Irving from Currumbin, getting their point score up and going, showing that they're a great club on the beach. So they're off to a positive start. We'll come back hopefully later to see what the places are there for third. That was too tight to call. But the under-17 beach sprint final. Again in lane one, the Coogee Club in Asher. Grange, South Australia, Bird in lane two. Toon from Kurrawa in lane three. Sayers from Sorrento in four. Dalton from Kurrawa in five. Savias from Grange in six, Gigney from Malula in seven, and Zukovic from Mollymook in eight. Well, Sam Zukovic will get out very, very quickly because he is a dynamite flagger. He's closest to screen at the moment with the black cap and the two white stripes. There's Grange, South Australia, the blue cap, white square, red square, and Kurt, your man there with the yellow and the blue cap, give him a rap, buddy.
Yeah, no, he's great. This is his first run back from an injury from osteitis. He's the captain of the 7 side for Australia, coming up for that. Also the Queensland team. rugby sevens.
Really? So he's a dynamite sevens player, and he's turning his feet to the beach.
Well, congratulations.
So
It's
what are
been
we going to do?
incredible
Pass him
race
the ball and then call out try time, and that'll get him over the line?
Probably, yeah. He's over the moon. He can actually just come back and run, because that injury can take you out for a long time. So he's quite happy. He's happy just to be in the race.
Wilson, Bird, Toon, Sayers, Daltons, Gribers, Gidney, Zakovic. Who gets the cash early?
Oh, definitely Zakovic I believe, was going to come in the blocks the best. He's with Dan Robarts. He just does a great job down there with the athletes. People like Dan, I think, keeps people in the sport.
He does.
Need more like that.
Daniel Robards is a magnificent coach, and the athletes love him. He has plenty in his stable. I know he really, really fancies Sam. Sam's in lane 8, though. We haven't seen anything coming from this side of the do we call it the track?
I think that they've actually, Ken Byrne have done a fantastic job on the track. The track is even. It's a great track.
Sam Zakovic on screen from Mollymook. He's a flag dynamite. Gedney from Mullaloo in WA. He's focused. Scrivers from Grange. Big, strong boy. Dalton, your man from Kurrawa. Look at him, he's strapped up though. He'll need the ball. He's a Australian sevens player. Sayers from Sorrento in WA, flying the flag yet again for our WA players. Kurrawa Surf Club, Toon, your man again. We've got Bird from Grange, and we've got Wilson from Coogee. And what about Coogee and Sydney's East? Aren't they building a beach program? Silver in the under-17 women's sprint. Ken Wilson, upstage, his training partner in the boys under-17 beach sprint final, seconds away. Oh, they're twitchy. This is way twitchier than any of the races we've seen. I'm tipping this to be really tight.
I think so. After watching the semis, they all went across the line pretty
into
even.
The blocks. One last look down the track. Listen to the starter. 17 boys final. They're away. Zakovic out to an enormous start, closest to screen on the left-hand side with a black cap with a white stress. He's off to a good start, but it's Grange. Grange on the outside. Oh, it might be the camera angle. Is it Zakovic? Is it Bird? Or is it Sayers from Sorrento? They're my three. Oh, well, we said Zakovic would get out fast. Ryan, you're on the money with his flags. Closest to screen with a black cap with the two white stripes. There he's off. But it was Bird. Bird from Grange got out with him as well. Oh, look at Bird with the long pants. Second from your right. Striding beautifully. Big, big, long strides. Oh, this is nothing in it. It's the angle that'll test us. Mullaloo, Sorrento, Sayers. Mate, throw it out there. Get off the fence. Who won that?
Inside lane. I think Grange might have got it. But they're using the video, so it's going to be, it'll be accurate who gets it.
So how do they pick it? That's like, we can't tell. How do they?
Well, they've got a video camera either side, so you can't block each other. And they will, and from that they'll go video, and they've got a line, and they slide the screen across to go down basically to 1,000th of a second.
We've had the 17 boys, we've had the 17 girls, we've had the 19 boys, and we've had the 19 girls, but the real deal is to come. The open men and the open women are up next. What an exciting final we're going to have there. This has been tight. We've had one race breakaway, but other than that, there's been nothing in it. The open female beach sprint is coming up. Mate, have a look at the start list here. We've got our co-commentator who's been doing a great job on the beach in Bree Masters from your club. Can she get the cash?
It's going to be hard. It's going to be a close one again. And it's actually quite good because the one I was looking at was Elizabeth Forsyth, the current Australian champion.
Yep.
It's going to be, I think it's between them two, but then as we've seen on these other races.
There it is. Is that Zakovic with the gold?
Well, there you go.
I think we've seen that. Zakovic from Mollymook. We've got Grange with the silver, Bird with the silver, and Sorrento Sayers with the bronze. So the start list, as we see it, will be for the women in lane 1 closest to the water. Brymer from Currumbin, Fiend from Currumbin, Foresight from Currumbin. Masters, the decorated champion and great commentator, is in Currumbin. And here we go down to get an interview on the beach.
So he was Sam Zastovic, and Sammy, a victory in the under-17s. You hung on there just in the end.
Yeah, I know. I was trying so hard for the start there. I nearly lost it just midway there, but I'm happy to come away with the win there.
Oh, fantastic win. And then more Opens competition to come as well. Happy to double up in the age groups.
Yeah, we've got flags tomorrow, so concentrate on that. And then I might do Opens if I'm lucky.
Sounds good. What about this Mollymook club? Such a rich history in beach sprinting, and you must be so ecstatic to put your name on the wall there as an Australian champion now.
It feels good, just because we're a little club, we're so far away, and it's good to get the win.
Well, congratulations on the win. Australian champ. How's that sound?
Bloody awesome.
It was an awesome race. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together. Sam Zastovic there from the Mollymook Club. And what about that? They'll be back in action tomorrow in the Open competition as well for that flags. And Mollymook back on top with the gold here at the Aussies. And from the 17s, well, the stars come out to shine now. And here we go. Johnny, the two big finals.
All right, here we go with the women's final. Bremer from Currumbin, closest to the water. Fane from Currumbin, Foresight from Currumbin, Masters from Kurrawa is making my co-commentator very, very nervous. Shorter from Newport. Fial from Kurrawa, making my co-commentator nervous again. Watts from City of Perth and Rafferty from Sorrento. So closest to the water, Currumbin. Hotel side, beach street side, we've got Rafferty from Sorrento. Well, Foresight, the Australian champion. Masters, the previous champion. She's looking relaxed, she's smiling, but that seems to be her way all the time. What do you see? What do you know, Ryan?
Oh, I'm glad she's like that, because I wanted it to be just how she is normally at training, and I said just go in there like it's a training run, execute, and that's all she can do.
How's she going to run into the wind?
Well, she's a strong athlete. She's not going to. The wind's not going to affect her. She's probably one of the stronger girls in the group. So it'll be interesting. But then, as I said, Elizabeth Forsyth, she's a very strong runner. Ex-Stall GIF winner last year, and to be able to win a Stall GIF, it's 120 metres, slightly uphill. You have to be strong.
Okay, here we set for the women's final. Look for shorter. Masters and Foresight. Open women's sprint final set. And they're off. What a great start. It's in the... It looked like Masters got a great start, but it's Foresight who usually has the legs, but Masters looking strong. Masters from Kurrawa. Foresight from Currumbin, but Masters claims it. Ryan Hoffman over the moon. The coach is excited. Masters is in tears. The Open Women's Beach Sprint has been decided. Bree Masters, Kurrawa. Foresight from Currumbin. Here we go. Let's have a look at it again. And the Masters got straight into it. And away Masters, look in the orange shirt there, off to a magnificent start, striding well. Foresight looks like she's getting lots of quick strides. How much work's gone into this, Ryan?
Breeze this year after last year, she's done a great season. She's put the work in. And after being coaching, she's done the best thing. Got a diet right. She did it across the board. Train right, diet right, recovery right. She's done everything right.
Well, I'm going to tip Foresight there from City of Perth. Sorry, Watts from City of Perth. Sorry, taking out second. The girls will line up. I think it's Masters, Foresight from Currumbin, and then Watts from City of Perth is my pick. But the judges are the guys who decide who wins. Look at Masters in the orange. She just wants to hear it official. She just wants to know that I'm back in the history books as the fastest woman on the sand. And if anyone's going to get us to an interview quickly from now on, we know we can bank it onto the Australian champion. Here we go. First place, Kurrawa, Bree Masters, the most excited girl on the beach. Well done. Foresight from Currumbin in second. And third place, no, I was wrong. Currumbin take out second and third. That's Brymer from Currumbin over in lay one. Sorry, Fane from Currumbin in second. Third, sorry. So that was a Brymer, sorry, I've got that wrong. In the excitement of having Bree Masters take it out, Brimer, I'm sorry, you've come up with the bronze. Here we go. Kurt's in for a cuddle, now for an interview.
Very happy Bree Masters, and well, in your wildest dreams, Australian Open Women's Beach Sprint Champion.
Yeah, I've got no words. It's been such a long season. This is actually my 11th Aussies. I've got multiple seconds and thirds in Opens over the years, and just to finally take out my first Open gold is literally, I don't know how to describe it. I'm so happy.
On this stretch, it was an incredible final. EJ came at you there, and it seemed like you kicked again in that final 5 metres, and you knew you had it at the finish line. It wasn't that tight in the end. It must be just amazing.
100%. EJ has pushed me the whole way down the track, and that headwind is just absolutely killer. So thrown out to all the girls who pushed themselves through that final, because that was amazing. And
what was it this year? You know, the start of the year, you come back and just miss, and obviously that drives you to come back and win. But what did you change this year than past years that you think put you over the top this time?
I'm not really sure. I've just been staying motivated and just keep going to training and, you know, try and strive to reach my goals, and I did that, and it's just the best feeling ever. I mean, I've done 43 weeks of training, so it all pays off for that one very moment.
Well, you deserve it. Well done, Bree. Australian Open Women's Sprint Champion for the first time. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So there we go. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Bree Masters.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The commentator on the live stream, the Australian Beach Sprint Champion, Bree Masters from the Kurrawa Club, takes out the Open Female Beach Sprint 2019 at Broadbeach in magnificent form. This is the big one. Karagiannis from Wander in lane 1, closest to the beach. Michelle Fawn from Kurrawa in lane 2. Michael Hannup running from the 19s to the Opens in lane 3 from Allura. You've got Kieran Gordon from Currumbin, Jackson Simons from Sorrento going for the 5th championship. He's won 4, he's going for 5. Goff from Kurrawa, Nolan from North Cottesloe, and Kemba from Allura. So Allura with 2, Kurrawa with 2. Oh, what about there on the Shire down there at Cronulla? They've got 3 in the final of 9. What a magnificent effort these guys have put in. And we've got an under-19 backing up. How hard is it to back up? And can Michael Hanna medal in the Open and the 19?
I think Michael Hanna can, and he may be a little bit disappointed with his result in 19s. So you might see a little bit of different athlete here.
So that's Michael Hanna in the blue shirt. There's Kieran Gordon from Currumbin. Now, this guy can run. He is a bullet. He'll either get out in front and stay out in front, or he'll be gone. Now, in the green cap, going for 5 Australian beach sprint titles. Kieran Gordon, dark blue cap. Now, what have we got there on Goff there from Kurrawa? He's your man. White cap, North Cottesloe, Nolan, and Kemba from Allura there in the yellow. So yellow, blue, yellow, dark blue, orange, blue, blue, and pink. So lane 1 closest to the water. Is there a favourable lane here?
We've seen someone come out of each lane, so.
Open men's beach sprint final. This is the one to win. Aussies 2019, they're set. They're away. Gordon off to a magnificent start. Hannah's pushing from the 19th hard, but it's Gordon out to the best start. Or is it? It's Jackson. Jackson wins 5. Jackson from Sorrento. Jackson takes the cash, 5 titles, possibly the most ever, and wins in style. Well, Kieran Gordon first to congratulate him, but Jackson Simons from Sorrento Club in Western Australia. Let's have a look how he did it in the dark blue top. Set. And away. Gordon gave it to him, but it was Simons who pushed and pushed. Look at the arms staying in control. The dark blue top in the centre. Legs pumping, arms pumping. 5 titles. It's mine by a mile. Look at that. Is that a convincing Open beach sprint final run?
Certainly is. I timed the semis, and he was clearly the one to beat after the...
So what sort of times would he have done there? But he needs to wait till it's official. What sort of times will these guys be
I
doing?
think he'd be around the 10.5.
Oh, 10.5 seconds is a rough gift from our guest commentator, Ryan Hoffman, who knows beach. Multiple Australian championships. That's 90 metres. Just a shade under an Olympic distance running on sand. These guys are superstars on the beach. So it's Jackson Simons, we think's got the cash, but like Bree Masters, He wants to be called out. He wants to hear the Australian champion in the open beach sprint is Kieran Gordon. He knows he's got silver. And for bronze?
That's Sam Misbehorn.
We don't know. Who are you giving bronze to?
Sam Misbehorn.
Sam Misbehorn?
No, lane 2.
You're giving lane 2, your man. Geez, you've done. There it is. There it is. Jackson Simons, the Australian champion. Look at Kieran Gordon over the moon, and your man picks up the bronze. Great coaching by you again, Ryan Hoffman. You are on fire.
Yeah, I'm happy with the boys. They've all worked so hard, and once again, you can see you had Jackson Simmons is showing why he deserves to be the 5 times champion beach sprint in Australia.
So let's go down to the beach to hear how our champion won the race.
So here with Jackson Simons, winner of the Australian Open sprint title. Again, we saw Bree take 1. Now it's 5?
Yeah, number 5. So I'm pretty happy to get that. And, you know, just to win 1 was pretty cool. So, yeah, to string a few years together consistently is pretty unreal.
Mate, rare 5 Australian Open beach sprint titles. What keeps you motivated coming back every year?
I have a really good squad. We have lots of young ones coming through who just want to learn and, you know, try to grow their racing. And I think we had one in nearly every final that we raced in, or had someone in this year, so it's been really good. And, you know, we've got a great coach in Claire Rafferty, and, you know, the strength and conditioning guys have really taken it to another level this year too. So, no, it's a great team effort, and, yeah, that all just keeps me coming back, so, yeah, pretty stoked.
Pretty solid win as well, a fantastic field. A final always is. You're happy with your performance in the actual race?
Yeah, I had a good start for me. Kieran got a cracker and dragged me out, and then the middle 30, 40 is normally my strongest part, and then, yeah, I had a bit of a stumble 20 metres out, but, yeah, just lucky to keep my feet and get through the line.
Oh, he smashed it there once again. Back next year for number 6 or what?
Oh, we'll see. I'm getting a little bit old now, so I might have to maybe hang him up in a few years, but, no, hopefully come back for a few more years and see if we can keep stringing some together.
Mate, you're looking that good. No doubt we'll see you back here next year. Congrats on Australian title number 5. Great job.
No worries. Cheers, Kurt.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together. Jackson Simons.
There it is, the Open Beach Sprint champion. The crowd's in. They're all over him. Then the title goes over to WA. For Jackson to stand, and there's the dais behind. He'll stand aloft as the champion. Look at him from Sorrento. The team has travelled with him. The training partners want to celebrate. And what does it mean to win that many titles?
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask him on that one. That'd be, I don't think anyone's ever done it before, unless someone could let us know if anyone's ever won 5. But he'd have to go down. I said that last year. He'd have to go down one of the greatest beach sprinters ever, and that he's just cemented that now. 5's amazing.
Why do you think he's so much better than everyone else?
Well, he's just better. Sometimes that's just the way it is. He
good
trains.
Technique?
He has got. He's a very strong runner, and he's just every year he seems to be getting stronger. So I'm not sure. I think he's only about 25. So he had really as a sprinter, you don't peak out to your 28. That's when you hit your peak, and then you hold through to early 30s. So there's plenty more left.
Geez, he could get into double figures.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is unbelievable. Well, we've had the beach sprints. We've had the individual male and female 17, 19 and open, and we've just finished up with the males open beach sprint. Now we're going to turn our hand in our next episode to the team events. The team events are the beach relays, and they're going to have to be run with 4 competitors per team, and we'll see these superstars who we've just had on the show, on the camera. They'll be running in team events. Mate, talk us through some relays. What happens?
Well, sometimes you'll see that relays is not necessarily the people you're going to see in the finals, the best teams, because you'll get people who are very good peg-to-peg runners. They may not be the best starters, but with a rolling start, sometimes they can be hard to beat. There's been a lot of relay teams that have been where the actual athletes haven't made finals, but they're almost impossible to beat. Yeah, right. So we've seen WA have lots of guys and girls running. We've got, the Sorrentos, the Cottesloe. We've seen Currumbin. We've seen your lot. How are you Are you any good at coaching the changeovers, mate? Yeah, well, just a bit of practice there. It's sometimes you can do all the training in the world and it just comes down. Sometimes you switch teams at the last minute and they can nail the turns. So the changeovers are the critical part, aren't they? Oh, 100%. They can mean when the teams are really even, the changes can mean a metre to 3 or 4, even 4 metres difference. So if you can nail every change and compare the other teams, you may pick up 20 metres. just on the changes.
What would our athletes be looking at to, in the changeovers? Are they looking at the baton? Are they looking at a hand? Are they looking at a marker?
Well, firstly, they put a marker. Normally, the markers depends on the speed of the person coming in. If someone's really fast, you'll put the marker out a bit further, say 8 steps, and you may mark about back to 8, or you may do 6, 8 to give yourself a bit of room. And once they hit that mark, then you go, and then all you're doing is looking at that baton to take it.
Yeah, right. So we've got semi-finals. So you've got to be. Do you have to be a little bit slower to get the changeovers, get them right? Do you back off a little bit in the semi-final? Or you got to run at full pace.
Normally, you don't have the choice. At this level, you got to hit it hard from the semis. There's not much room. You may get after a couple of change on the third leg. You may feel you're in a nice safe position just to slow it down a little bit. Maybe in the semi, but really no. Most are going to be hitting it pretty hard.
All right, so the semi-finals that are coming up will be running with the under-17 female beach relay. Who do we look for in that, and what club and why?
Well, I'm pretty sure is Sorrento once again in the under-17s. You got the Sydney clubs. They're going to be tough, and plus we've got a couple of good Queensland teams.
Well, the beach relays will be coming up shortly. We'll give you all the information on who's running what for what club. We're out. We'll be back at 1700 to be back on the beach for Aussies 2019 at Broad Beach for the beach relays. beach relays will be run on the beautiful golden sands of the Gold Coast. Broadbeach is where we're at for Aussies 2019. Joining me in commentary is Ryan Hoffman, multiple times champion singly, but more times medalist in the relays. We're coming up to beach relays. How do you see the semi-finals playing out in the relays? In the under-19 beach relay, under-19 male, 17s and 17s, and then finishing off with the open men and women.
Well, it's going to be hard to tell because we haven't really seen the teams in action yet, but we might be getting a bit of an idea after the first semi-final because, as I said, you just can't go by positions in the races. There'll be a couple of guys who have just been waiting just for the relays.
So a beach relay consists of 4 people, correct?
That's right, yep.
And what are they running with? A piece of hose?
Well, they've actually got a proper baton now. It's actually been made
We've come a long way now, mate. We're not onto the hose anymore.
Exactly.
How long have we been out of the hose?
I think it's been at least half a dozen, like 6 years at least. It may even be longer. Everything seems to merge into 1 year now as you get a bit older.
Yeah, it does go quickly, doesn't it? So four athletes running, passing a hose. Everything can go wrong that can go wrong. How do you see it will play out for our under-17s who are first up?
Well, it's going to be,
sorry.
Well, 19s, yes. So I'd like to go the 19s before the opens, like 19, 17s opens, because a lot of the 19 runners may back up for the opens.
So if you're a 17 or 19, you can't go into 2 age groups in the relays, but you can jump up to an open. Is that correct?
That's right. You can't go 17s, 19s opens, but you can go 17s opens, 19s opens.
But if you're from a club that doesn't have a complete set in the 17s, a 17 can run in the 19s, correct?
That I might have to check that one out.
I think that you can. So we could see a mix of abilities here early in the semi-finals, but don't worry about it tonight. The pace will be on when we're in the finals, but we've got to get through some semi-finals first. You want to be mistake-free if you want to be in the finals, and if you want to win medals, you need to be good on the changeovers. But what a dynamic sprint finals we had there. What a package. Geez, there was some fast running.
Oh, it was.
There.
It was probably one of the most exciting we've had in years and the closest we've had for years. It was hard to pick. Apart from the final, the Open Men's, that was with Jackson Simmons, being the 5th time he's won the Australian title, which is an amazing effort. Everything was close.
So how did you see the season unfold from last year? Have we got any changes? Have people left clubs to go to another club to strengthen a relay, or have they let a team from last year go and now that's not as strong? Are we seeing anything different in the 19, 17
Actually,
Opens?
It's been pretty consistent. Yeah, with the Opens, you've got Currumbin's always got a great team. I like to say our team, Curra, is going to be up there. Sorrento, they're up there. Wanda. They've had a couple of good runners in the final, and they won the world titles over in Amsterdam. So they're going to be one to watch.
So Ryan Hoffman, my co-commentator, is also the coach of Curra. He's picked up a whole swag of medals, so we'll be watching out for Curra and their team events coming up. But it's a big program. Sprinting individually in an Australian final, that takes a lot out of you, and now you've got to back up for a beach relay. How taxing is the individual sprint?
It is very taxing. A lot of water competitors will see that because they can just back up. But sprinting's totally different. This year's format's a lot better. The fact we've been able to run heats yesterday and then the semis and finals today, that's made a big difference. It allows probably better running today because of it. But then now they've got to back up for the relay. The thing is, the relay is because once you with your teammates, it seems brings the best out of you. Okay. Everyone wants to run together.
So individually running for clubs, but let's just throw it out there now because we've got viewers all around the country, all around the world, and all around just certain areas. But let's just talk states. Is WA better in the relays? Is Queensland better in the relays? Or is New South Wales, Victoria, or even Tassie and the Northern Territory? What can we expect from each state?
I think WA is going to be tough. The Sorrento team, Northcott's always got some good runners there. The Sydney clubs, Cottesloe, and Queensland. I think the Opens is going to look a lot in the. Might be a Queensland one. I'd hope so. But Sydney, they've got some great runners down there. So it's going to be hard. I think I might be able a bit more after I see the semis.
All right. Well, I know that the Coogee Surf Club has been working really, really hard on a junior development. We saw they picked up a silver medal in the under-19 or under-17 individual event there. So I'm expecting in the young 17s that Coogee Surf Club will have some male and female there. They're a building club with youth, which is fantastic. So the program will be kicking off very shortly with the under-19 female beach relay semi-finals. There'll be 2 semi-finals. Then we'll be going into the under-19 male beach relay, 2 semi-finals yet again. Then 17s male and female, 2 of each. And then in the open male and open female, the more dominated numbers, we'll be going into quarterfinals. So this is a pretty big package here. Lots of running, lots of baton changes, lots of nerves, lots of coaches on edge, lots of parents screaming and yelling. You've got to remember here at the Australian Championships, there's no qualifying for this, so we'll see lots of mixed abilities here, lots of different teams just to compete. We may even see some teams that'll have maybe 3 runners and a water person who's giving their time, so our beach athletes can have 4 runners. So it's a whole mixed bag. But one question I want to ask you, because it's so quick, they run so fast, can you back off a bit and save yourself in a semi-final of an Australian Championships in the beach relay?
You normally can if after the semi-finals or even the quarters, you get a bit of an idea what's going on. Normally you have got a little bit of a chance to look at some, but it kind of plays. Sometimes your 3rd and 4th runner may, but if you're stuck in the start and second leg, you're pretty much flat out every time. Okay,
Kurrawa Surf Club, really, really good in the beach sprinting, teams, individual. Who goes where and why?
I like to put normally whoever's the best. If you're a really good starter but you fade a little bit, I like to put them in the start. But looks like we're going across now.
So the fastest or the most competent sprinter is off first?
No, the most competent starter.
Starter?
Now, there's a lot of... I believe that every leg you can... If it goes by time, but a lot of people like to put their first and their second fastest runners at the start to put a bit of pressure on the other teams. Yeah, there's some will actually do the best start and they put their fastest runner at the end.
Okay, so 2 at each end. It's a 4-person relay. The girls are up first. It'll be interesting to see the formats, who puts who in what race and what order. Does anybody ever change their order? Do they bluff? Is there a bit of, I'm going to show you a hand, I think you're going to run that in the final, they'll change the order?
It can. We actually did it once years ago. The wind picked up and we noticed a couple of our runners were really struggling into the wind. We spun it around and picked up a medal.
Okay, so it looks like we've got Maroochydore, we've got North Cronulla in there, strong running club. So as it gets a little bit, we don't have the start list just yet, but this will be first semi-final of the under-19 beach relay. So we've got Seacliff from South Australia. There, it looks like they've got a team in there. So the runners will be Hampton from Victoria. We've got them in there. So Sorrento look like they're in there from WA, maybe a team from Currumbin, Allura from Sydney. So this will be interesting. 2 clubs side by side, Allura and North Cronulla.
The North Cronulla, the state champions, aren't they?
They are indeed, with the Rampoli sisters there, the flag champions. So the girls are getting jumpy. It's a semi-final. Allura, blue cap, white stripe around with a dark blue stripe. Having a terrific carnival to date, Allura.
We're one of our teams in there, in the under-19s.
Under-19s. Okay, mate, throw it out there. They'll qualify comfortably.
Oh, we're missing, unfortunately, one of our main athletes. She's had a lot of trouble with her foot. They tried to do some cryotherapy, but it didn't take, unfortunately.
So we're 1 runner down in the Kurrawa under-19 girls beach relay. So there we are. We've got Emily Mathers there from North Cronulla, a strong water competitor. Lining up, looks like going off first for North Cronulla. This is what we talk about with club strength. Sometimes in some areas of their club, they need to use competitors across the board. So Emily Mathers there from North Cronulla, the closest to screen in the dark blue cosy, yellow and blue striped cap. Looks like Seacliff. There's Currumbin.
They've got a very good team, Currumbin.
Currumbin.
They've actually there's some There's this actually quite a strong semi-final, this one.
2 Currumbin teams there. So Allura, Kurrawa. So it's nervous times. The Rempoli sisters giving each other tips. So Alex Rempoli will run first from North Cronulla. So it's a unique race with the 4 runners. Changing battens. Gone are the days of the hose. The under-19 beach relay semi-final 1. Who's in what form? Who's bluffing? And who's not? What orders are each team running? Teams can change their order, but can't change athletes once the race has been run if you've run in another race. So 90 metres times 4, stay in your lane. Don't change before the orange poles. The orange pole just there on the right of the screen. There's one on the other side, judges either side. You cross over, you're disqualified. And don't worry, there'll be people being disqualified. So first semi-final, girls under 19 sprint relay, 4 teams to go through. It won't matter whether you come first, second, third or fourth. You just have to get through. So tips are done. No more coaching. Unless you're 2 twins. They're actually triplets.
There you go.
The Rempolis who are close to screen there.
Be great to run with your fam. It's like the Jacksons years ago when they won their national titles. Andrew Jackson, Peter Jackson, and Jay Jackson, Johnny Jackson. They won. And that was incredible. 3 brothers winning national titles. It's great to watch.
So the full black ensemble there is Seacliff, South Australia. So as we see it, on the hotel side, we look like we've got North Cronulla, Seacliff, Kurrawa, Allura, Currumbin. Is that another? Cottesloe and Currumbin. So there's a little bit of club rivalry going on, Currumbin versus Currumbin. Currumbin with the white hat and the green quarters. The yellow with the black with the white. Same stripes on the other side, Cottesloe. And again, back to Currumbin in the green and white. Allura, blue, white band and a dark blue band. Kurrawa, yellow, blue, white. Same again on the other. Full black, Seacliff, South Australia. And North Cronulla in the blue, yellow, blue stripes. That's your 8. Semi-final 1. 4 teams to go through, 4 runners. No mistakes in the semi-finals. Get you a chance to win the gold medal later tonight. Well, the breeze is up, so you'd have to select your runners based on who runs with the wind and into the wind, yes?
Yeah, at the start, it looks like it's gone a bit, well, looking at the flags, it looks like it's gone a little bit of crosswind. Now, not so much of a head. The girl from our club, that's Lucy Signal, she's actually just been signed up with the Gold Coast Suns, a good AFL player. So she's very fit.
What a great crossover we've had in the beach sprinting. We've had one of the young men there in the Australian under-7s. We've now got a runner who now plays in the women's AFL. We've got it all here, and it's going to be action-packed. It's going to be tight. It's going to be mistake-free, and the girls will be sweating on good baton changes. So a baton change, what happens there, Ryan?
Every coach has a little bit slightly different. I like the person handing off to have a really straight arm and make sure there's no movement, and actually the person coming out is to take it. And if the person holds it nice and steady coming in, normally it reduces the chance of dropping the baton.
So these girls are running at about, some of them are the fastest, around 13.5 sort of pace. If it was on the track for 100 metres, would they be running about that pace?
Probably. It's funny. Some of these girls may be great track runners and be surprised by some of the beach runners who actually beat them. It is slightly different. Different ground contact. You got more long. You're on the ground a lot longer on the beach, so you got more chance to develop the force. Here we go.
So under-19s beach sprint relay for women. Semi-final 1, 4 through. Set. They're away. Good start there from Allura with a blue and the white stripes with the blue round the corner in the middle. We've got Currumbin on the outside closest to the water, who looks like they're going to change comfortably in first. So we've got Currumbin in 1, Lure in 2, Currumbin in 3. There's a drop button there. I think that's from your club there, Ryan. Kurrawa, they've got work to do. Currumbin out in front with the green and white. Good running. Allure in 2. Seacliff in the full black in 3 or 4. And then Emily Mathers passes to Leah Rampoli from North Cronulla. Remember, 4 to go through. Runner 3, Currumbin looking the goods. Currumbin well out in front. How quickly it can all go wrong with a baton change. So it's 4 to go through. We've got Allura now taking the lead. Currumbin, oh, there's a bit of nearly a stumble from Currumbin. No, there's Currumbin's already over the line. So we've got Currumbin well and truly in front. Allura, Currumbin again, and I think North Cronulla running the Twins. Well, let's have a look how that unfolded yet again. The changeovers, and bang, here we come in. And drop baton, that makes all the difference. But Currumbin and Allura, they looked very, very good early. Running in their lane, running strong. The girl from Allura with the blue, white band and dark blue stripe, striding well. How did the first semi-final play out? Did they back off Currumbin, who won comfortably, or did they run at full pace?
I think they would have. They just did it very smooth, that one. They you got to look at them after seeing that. They're definitely the favourites in that semi. I believe the girl from that won their title as well. I think they had 3 in the final of the under-19, so they're going to be tough.
Currumbin and Allura and North Cronulla all through in semi-1. Well, not a bad effort from North Cronulla, because I know they ran a water girl in Emily Mathers, so that's club strength there, and the Leah and Alex Rampoli. So, well, mate, looks like your team's out.
Yeah,
drop baton.
That's right.
That's how quick it can
100%.
go, huh?
You haven't got time for those errors in that relay.
So as we look across the board for semi-2, and the girls now, they'll try and make a good track for them to run at again. So we've got Maroochydore in the white cap, closest to screen there in the shorts, will be running first. We've got Cronulla. Now, Cronulla do have a good speed sprinting club. They are really, really strong. So Maroochidore's in there, Cronulla's in there, Sorrento is in there in the green cap. We'll get a better shot in a moment. Currumbin, it looks like, are they running another team?
Yeah, they've got a great numbers.
That's depth, isn't it? That is depth. If that's another Currumbin team, is that another team of yours in there, or are you only running the one?
I think they could be the same for Heat 1, isn't it? They're just waiting to get the all clear, maybe. Or are they setting up for the second semi?
So we've got to get given the all clear before we can start another race. The judges need to be in place. The girls are warming up on the track. Remember, we can see that there's just next to our Maroochydore girl in the all blue Cossie, who's just clearing the track to the right. There's an orange pole. Over on the other side, there's another orange pole on the white tent. All those people in the white and blue shirt, they're the judges. They'll watch to see that nobody crosses over, so they don't get disqualified.
That's right. You're not allowed to cross over. If you do drop the baton, you just, as long as you're changed over after the line. The old rule used to have to pick the baton up and go back behind the line. Now you just pick it up and go. But you pretty much lost a few metres anyway.
Under 19 semi-final number 2, the 19 girls beach relay. From left to right on the screen, we've got Currumbin, Alex, Sorrento,
Can I just get you to
Cronulla.
go back a step for me? Yeah. No, that's all right. Just say. I'm tied in on the
Maroochydore on the end.
all the what are 8 lanes? What are they?
And Hampton from Victoria in lane 7. So Currumbin, Alex, Sorrento, Cronulla, Hampton and Maroochydore. What can we expect here? Who's your tip, Ryan, and why?
I don't know. I think maybe, Currumbin have probably already had their main team in, but they've got so much depth. I wouldn't be surprised if they're in, and maybe Sorrento.
And here we go. Maroochydore closest to screen with a white cap. Hampton from Victoria, Cronulla, Sorrento, Alex and Currumbin, and they're away. Great start, very, very fast. Remember, don't worry where your team is in the first leg, because who knows who's putting who where, but Currumbin out in front early. again. Sorrento in second, Alex in third, Maroochydore, Hampton, they're all there. So it looks like Currumbin out to a good start, Cronulla starting to build, Sorrento off to a good start. So coming up to change over a 3, Sorrento in 1, changing over. Gee, Sorrento started way back. They must be confident they can do well, but they're being safe. Sorrento out in front, looking good. Alex with the yellow cap with the black stripes, Cronulla in the blue. Last change over, Sorrento does it well. Alex in 2. So Sorrento on the screen, winning comfortably. Alex to the right on the seaside. Good striding for second, they're comfortable. Cronulla and Hampton are through, so there's your 4, pretty comfortable. The orange pole will decide, so the judges will make their call to see that there was no breaks. But as we see it there, it looked pretty clean there. Sorrento in 1, Currumbin, Cronulla,
Unfortunately,
Alex.
dropped the baton on the first leg.
So Sorrento, look at how clean their changeovers are.
They look like, all of them looked like they were doing very clean changes. There was a clear 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, so I think they all backed it off a bit.
So there you have it, semi-final number 2. Sorrento, very, very clear victory there. Alexandria Headlands on the Sunshine Coast of Queensland in 2. And there's a little bit of a battle. Hampton from Victoria and Cronulla from the Shire in Sydney. So there it is, no DQs. The girls give a hug. We're through. We're into the final. Now we're a chance of a medal. So that's the girls' beach relay, under 19, semi-1, semi-2 done. Well, it was exciting there. Currumbin, we can only think, dropped the baton.
They did. They dropped on the first change.
So we're getting baton changes early in the under-19s, both semis.
Yep.
It affects the results. The boys need to be on their game. With the coaches on the side who have boys racing, will they be back talking to the boys about it, or do you just say nothing about baton changes now?
I think I wouldn't say anything right now because it's on their mind. They know what they're doing. It's sometimes you push too hard the battens, they might it makes it worse. A bit more nerves.
So they watched the races before. What would they have picked up from watching the girls there?
Oh, I think they know it's a fair track. So it's sometimes it's when you get to a track and they say lane 1's better than lane 8, but this is a fair track. So I think they're just ready to go and execute what they've been training for.
Yeah, you're spot on with the right track there, because we're seeing multiple lanes winning either in the individual, and now we're seeing in the middle. Now we're seeing in the middle starting to dominate. Is it like swimming? Are they saying that you're this team's done well at their state championship, so we're going to put them in the middle, or is it just a free for all?
It's a random draw. In the open sprint, we do seed now to make sure the top sprinters normally in heat 1 will get lane 1. In the middle lanes, but after the first heats, then it goes on your positioning, and I believe in the finals it's just random.
Right. So in a relay, is there a preferred side? Do you want to be running down where your family are, your teammates are, or your coach, or you want to be well away from them?
I don't. Look, most of the times you wouldn't know you know your family's there, but you're just concentrating the run, and with the noise you really can't hear people yelling at you at all.
And that's what they call
focused.
being in the zone, eh?
Exactly.
Being in the zone. Well, so what could we expect from a beach relay team in training? How much relay baton changing would these guys do?
It depends on some clubs do a lot. We don't do a lot. We might do a little bit of practice leading up to it, but we mainly just focus on our running and just try to make sure that every person knows how to change a baton, because you don't just because you got preference of being in the starter 1, 2, 3, 4. Something may happen. You may have to run in position 3. Or you may get pulled into from another. Say the 19, one person the opens may get injured, and you've got to pull someone up from the 19. So he has to be ready to be. And if he says I only run first spot, well, that's not going to work. You have to be able to go in any position.
So how versatile are these runners? Like, is it like saying, a swimmer's now got to paddle a board? Is it that or that dissimilar?
Not really. I wouldn't say that far. No, but there are guys who just feel very confident starting. But then you just got to reassure the person that they can take the baton or hand it off. Some people get a little bit their confidence lacks a little bit with handing or taking the baton. But people drop the baton. You got to make sure that they understand it. You're trying your best. If you drop the baton, you drop the baton. That's just what happens. You've got to reassure your people that no one's going to be bothered if you do it, because no one deliberately does it.
No, that's right, because everyone in the team wants to win. So good team spirit still. The life-saving communities build on good camaraderie, good team spirit. So we don't see any ugly sort of behaviour if someone drops the baton. We're going to move into the under-19 male beach sprint relay. The guys are big. They're running hard. I mean, once you start to see a bigger person running at you, is that more daunting, taking the baton, than a smaller person?
Not as long as they're on the far left-hand side when they're handing off. You don't want them coming through the middle because there's just not enough room. You must, when you're handing off, you come out on the left-hand side and you go in on the left-hand side. Every now and then you'll see people who haven't trained properly. They will actually hit each other coming through. Yeah, right. So you can't pass the baton off as your arm's going up and down, obviously. When does the arm go up? It's got to go up very early. You think 10 metres out is early enough, but you're covering the ground within Jackson Simmons, he's covering nearly 10 metres a second. So that's if he's putting up at 10 metres out, it's pretty much he's going to be getting on the line pretty quick. So he's got to be putting up fairly early. What an incredible stat that is. He's running at 10 metres a second. That is just unbelievable. So if you think that, as you say, 10 metres out, you've got 1 second to see this baton, then collect it, and then for you to get it that 10 metres a second, I mean, that's the fastest. That's the Australian champion doing it. But when we watch these baton changes today, full credit to any male or female, 17s, 19s are open, to know that they're running at anywhere between 8 and 10 metres a second. So if the baton's not up with a second to go, that's right, you've missed it. 100%. And the thing is, if you watch them, when they first put up, the baton will wobble up and down. It takes maybe 5 metres for the baton to actually stabilise. So you really want the baton in preference, probably early in what you'd think. So how hard is it then to start running? Like these guys run really aggressively with their arms. That's right. How does it affect their running when it's just like one arm straight out and holding it still, and you're just trying to use your left or right arm? How does that affect their running? Well, you do run. You obviously run better with two arms pumping, but once you're up in that level and your top speed, it's you pretty much don't lose much when you're holding up. You don't lose much at all. No. Okay. No. So what are you thinking about? Well, when you're coming in, you want to make sure the baton's very stable, up early, baton stable, and I like for the person who's going to take the baton, it's up to them job to take the baton. The other person, if they see the hands are down, they still should leave their baton in the one position, because once you start moving your baton to try and put in their hands, they've seen the baton maybe to the left, you move to the right, you miss it. All right, so when I'm coming up, we've got set positions. We've trained it. We know that I've got to be on the right and you've got to be on the left. We can't have two left at each other because we run into each other, correct? Well, you stay both on the left. Both on the left. Both on the left. Both on the left. The left and the opposite sides. Opposite sides, right. Like driving a car. Like driving a car, that's right. If we're both on the same side, that's it. There's a lot of trouble that goes on. So this orange pole situation that I'm talking about, that the judges are looking at it, they're like hawks, right? They're right on top of this because they don't want anyone over it. That's right. If you're actually watching it, it's very hard to pick. I like to hope that the officials give the athlete the benefit of the doubt. If you're within a couple inches, I'd like to see they say that's a fair, because it is when you actually watch it, unless you get on video, it's very, very hard to pick when someone goes over, unless they're way over. Yeah, right. So you're running at anywhere between 8 metres and 10 metres a second for both male and female there. So that they don't stand old school right on the line and put their two hands out and take it. No. How far back are they running onto it? So it's like running onto the ball in a football match, right? That's right. A lot of people have between 6 to 8 metres they'll come back. It depends how confident you are. I've seen some, there's a guy from the Netherlands, Robert Hendricks. I've never seen a guy take a baton like it. He might get down 12 metres and he's nearly flat out when he hits it. He's an incredible relay runner. Good point there. So it's a build-up to a flat-out, or is it you're taking it a little bit slower? Or when you take it, you'd like to take it as fast as you can, because if you're hitting it at nearly full speed, right on the line, well, then that could mean a couple of metres. Who's someone who's only, because you could be running nearly 10 metres per second. If someone's running their 7 metres per second, well, there's 3 metres you've just picked up there.
Yeah, right. Well, that's a good fact. So you've got to try and get there at pace. You've got to be there quick. We're going to be running the under-19 male beach relay semi-finals. We've got 2 of those. We've got 8 in each heat. We've got 4 to go through. If you're not in the final, you don't get the bling.
Pretty much that's how it goes, isn't it?
So what we've seen is, doesn't matter about your reputation. No one cares what you did last year. No one cares what happened at Branch last year or State this year. It's about getting through this semi-final, being mistake-free, fast, and then putting yourself later tonight in the finals.
That's the part of this Australian competition is getting to the finals. That's a hard part. Often when you get to the finals, it's sometimes the pressure comes off a lot of people.
So it looks like they're still working out what happened in the second semi-final of the girls under-19 beach relay final. They're taking some names.
Looks like it's maybe a protest.
Maybe a protest, holding it up, and you've got some of the other athletes coming in asking what's happening. The girls are chatting. There's a lot of chatter. There'll be teams pushing, but when we're talking about a protest or something not going straight, how much can go astray? Like there's drop the baton, didn't go back, went over the line, ran out of your lane. What's there to argue about?
Well, the only thing they can argue about is if they went across the line, drop the baton as long as it falls in. If the baton falls in someone else's lane, you can pick it up, provided you don't impede that other runner coming through. That's the key. If you pick the baton up and you bump into the person in the other lane, that could be a DQ as well. But normally you can only protest the judge's call there, but then you're really not meant to be able to test the judge's call unless it's got some sort of video evidence.
All right, so the wind's blowing down there. The girls are rugged up. We're still just awaiting the men's under-19 beach relay. Mate, tell me something. There's 2 types of sand in my view. There's the sand that goes on your feet and you have a shower and it comes off. And there's the sand that goes on your feet, you have a shower and it doesn't come off. Is there either way that affects your running? Like this looks like I would say it's the sand that washes off easy. Is that easier to run on or harder to run on?
This is actually a really nice track. Because they've cut it in the dunes, it's quite firm. We've had a bit of rain, so it's actually a nice, firm, even track. Over here, we've got like a firmer track. If you go to WA, it's a soft track. Their sand is so much softer and hard to run on.
Really? So quite obviously, then the places would change, athletes would change. Is it a different athlete on soft sand or hard sand?
Oh, definitely. I think with the soft sand, you've got to be running a little bit lighter. You don't want to be carrying too much weight.
Well, look at the girls from Alexandria Headlands. Not only are they happy to be here, look at all the glitter. They're proud of their club. They're looking sensational. They're running, showing off all their glimmer and glad, and that's what makes the Beach Relays and Aussies 2019 so exciting. Let's hope the girls from Alex got through with that sort of jazz and panaz. We want to see them back with their glitter, maybe glitter for gold.
That's it, yeah. That look like that. Look, part of the surf is having a good time with your friends, and that's what I think what separates our sport from a lot of others is the fact that the friendship you develop over the years and the camaraderie. It's fantastic.
Well, the officials have joined together. They are talking the talk. The crowd is in. And everybody's enjoying the beach sprinting at Broad Beach on the Gold Coast. This is what I love about competition, though.
That's Mel Howard.
Yeah, we've got Kurrawa, Northcliffe, and Kurrawa all just talking amongst us about each other.
That's Mel Howard. It's Katie Watts, and it's Emma Rinn from Northcliffe. And that's Mel Howard. She's probably the greatest.
9 times open sprint
flags. She's the greatest. She's the best flagger in history, and plus she could run too. And multi-Australian, a member of the Australian team, and now she's helping me out with the flags and my team. And while I'm up here, she's down there helping me out. She's been fantastic for our group.
Is she coaching or running?
Coaching. She did run. She ran the relay in the 140 plus, and she was happy to pick up another gold.
All right, so she's in the Masters and now she's coaching, and no one knew the sand better than her But those girls were milling together. There was Northcliffe and a Curra there. Will they be sharing tips there?
No, they're friends. They've known each other for a long time. They're Emma Rins, she's a great athlete and just a nice person.
Well, all the girls get on. Well, there's the Coogee team I spoke about earlier. Look how young those girls are. They were setting... Coogee Surf Club has set a very, very good youth beach sprinting program, and it's starting to pay fruits. It had great Nipper championships, and I'm sure when we get up to the under-17s, we will be seeing Coogee Surf Club right up there in the stakes when it comes to it. But the girls are...
That's Holly Abbey there. She got second in her under 19s or 17s, I believe.
So Holly Abbey was second in the sprint there. That's correct. So it looks like now we're going to run the under-17 female beach relay. So the males may be on hold for a moment. And we'll be having Cottesloe run a team again. As we said, Cronulla's got a great program. It looks like Coogee will be there. City of Perth will be there. Sorrento again will be there. That looked like Phoebe from Cronulla. Are they going to run?
Looks like the Opens are coming up.
Yeah, or are they going to run an under-19 there? Well, as soon as we know what is happening there, we will bring it up what's next, but it's definitely a running of the girls.
Yeah, it is the 17. Just there was a lot of the Open girls just behind, ready to go.
Well, the officials are getting the track. The lights are starting to come on. The girls will be running under lights.
Yeah, this is the 17 girls.
So, Open Beach Relay semi-final number 1.
It is open.
So we'll have a look as it unfolds. We've got a few. So Cronulla in the blue with the white with the black stripe. We've got Seacliff from South Australia in the all black. We've got Alexandra Headlands in the yellow with the 3 black stripes. We've got City of Perth.
I know.
We've got Cronulla on screen now. They've got Sorrento WA in the green. Just to the left is Seacliff. And then over a bit further, closest to the hotel side, it looks like we've got Alexandra Headlands. So, Cronulla getting set. Cottesloe, Cronulla. Once they get in their lanes, we'll bring that to you. Semi-final 1. 8 in it, 4 to go through. So 2 at each end. Some good baton changes. Away we go. So Perth are dominating in these beach sprints and getting numbers into finals. I'm sure they'll want more gold, but they are dominating numbers in finals. WA, City of Perth there with the white hats, the red with the black and the white, the red Aussies. Cottesloe.
City of Perth always have some strong runners, and they've had some strong relay teams, and all the way through they're strong. They've got a great coach too.
So we're raking some here. We're looking for money there in the sand there, or what are these girls doing?
Oh, I think they're just, you're flattening out so there's no footholds to trip up on, and a lot of them use that to pen where they're going to when they're going to start to run. They use that as a marker, so they flatten the sand out up to the marking point, and when the person running in hits it, they'll take off.
Okay, so the girls aren't digging as bigger blocks here. Is that so the next person running back doesn't trip in it, or they're still having to run big blocks?
They're starting from the other end.
Right, okay. Did they dig themselves blocks?
Not for this end. They may put some foot markers in, maybe, and they're on the back 8, so they start at the finish line.
Yep.
And the last runner is the one who runs, so they're building their blocks here. What you've got to make sure that you do is don't get too excited and forget to fill your blocks in, because then your third runner is going to run over some blocks.
All right, so number 4 has to come in and clean up that after you've done that.
Exactly.
So there's a job. Must be difficult in the finals, but so closest to screen there, Cottesloe just coming out, Cronulla patting the ground there in the white and blue and black. City of Perth in the red with the white cap and the red and the black stripes. Sorrento in the green. Seacliff, South Australia in the all black. Alexandra Headlands in the yellow with the 3 stripes, black stripes. Northcliffe.
Currumbin.
And Currumbin. That'll be your 8, 4 to go through. We believe this to be the Open Beach Relay quarterfinal.
And this Currumbin team, they've got a great team. They'll be the one to watch on this one.
Well, there's your tip. Kurt Hoffman, he's going for Kurrawa. They're the club down the road. He coaches Kurrawa, so if anyone's going to know, the lights are out.
And that's Elizabeth Forsyth, the starter. She second in the opens.
All right, well then this will be a dynamite start from Currumbin. Look at her digging deep, deep blocks. She's told runner 4, don't forget to fill it in. So there we are. Across the screen, we're just missing Cottesloe in 1. Cronulla, City of Perth, Sorrento, Seacliff, Alexandra Hansan, Northcliffe and Currumbin, and they're set. Quarterfinal 1 of the Open Women's Beach Sprint Relay. And as you've said, Currumbin out to a great start. Semi-final. City of Perth showing great skill, getting out very... Oh, what about the baton changes there? Cronulla dropped it. Alexandra Headlands have dropped it. This is a mistake that will be costly for both Alexandra Headlands and Cronulla, who run a great program on the beach. City of Perth out to a dominating start. Currumbin, Sorrento in the green. Sorrento coming up through the middle, but it's City of Perth who are dominating at the moment. Another runner to go. Currumbin showing all the pace on the beach. City of Perth clean. Currumbin have dropped it. This has been incredible. 3 drops. Sorrento faultless. City of Perth making it all so easy. Semi-final 1. 8 in it, 4 to go through. City of Perth, Sorrento, Currumbin and Northcliffe. Well, Currumbin, well, lucky they had lots of speed. They're through. Let's have a look what happened in first semi-final of the Open Women's Beach Relay. Well, as we come back and have a look at Alex, they're coming in for the change and away they go at the back there, but City of Perth in the red, the white cap, so dominant early. Sorrento in the green, a clear second. But Currumbin had to make up. They're a fantastic team, but they drop the baton. They get 3rd, Northcliffe 4th. That must have been heartbreak and heartache for the rest of the team for Currumbin there. Imagine if they missed Ryan.
Well, that's it. But they had so much a lead. They were fine. But it goes to show, like that City of Perth, how well drilled they are. And you had Currumbin 3 in the final, and yet City of Perth come out on top there in each leg. It's a relay is different to a sprint.
What a start from City of Perth. I mean, foresight from Currumbin. I mean,
I think EJ was taking it fairly comfortably.
You reckon she was out cruising?
It's I saw her in her semi-final. She looked comfortable. Then come the final, she picked up meters in her final. So you'll still want to watch. It's going to, by looking at this, it's going to be Currumbin and City of Perth. Sorrento's going to be there, of course. And I think there's a couple more semis here. We got 2 of our teams in here as well in this second semi.
All right, so on the screen there, that's Newport, yellow with the 2 maroon stripes. They look like they're in the lane closest to the water. Cronulla look like they've got another team. City of Perth got another team. Grange look like they've got a team there, I think. Cronulla, Currumbin. We know Kurrawa are going to be in there again. So there it is under lights, beach sprinting on Broadbeach, the Gold Coast. Well, don't they set the beach alight, these beach relays. The wind's blowing, so our starters will be with a tailwind. Our finishers will be with a tailwind.
Yeah, it's going to. The wind can play a bit of a role here. It's sometimes you need to switch around for the lighter girls can make a big difference coming into it. This is going to be interesting with our team. We've got Casey Fiel. She made the final. Got Currumbin's got there. Looks like one of their junior teams, a couple of junior runners up, and they dominated their age group. Cronulla's always got some strong runners. We've got City of Perth. Once again, they're showing their depth. We've got another team in lane 2. There are a couple of 19 girls, and a couple of Masters girls are running in that one as well. And of course, Newport, they're always strong on the beach.
All right, semi-2, Open Women's Beach Relay, Newport, Kurrawa, Cronulla, City of Perth, Grange, and they're away. Great start there from Cronulla in the blue. Currumbin just drifting a little bit, but Kurrawa out on the last lane. They're in lane 8. Fantastic change. City of Perth, Cronulla, they're all there. Newport are going to have a bit of work to do if they're to get in the top 4. 8 in it, 4 through, run at 2. Cronulla, this looks like it's their A team. Off to a fantastic start. Arm up, baton change. Kurrawa, well rehearsed in their baton changes and looking good, but it's all Cronulla in the blue and the black stripe with the white. But Kurrawa as well there. This is a dominant 1-2 here. Nice and slow for the clean changeovers. Currumbin's there. Newport with work to do if they're to get in the top 4, because at this stage it looks like that's Bree Masters, the Australian champion. Didn't she cruise? Cronulla, Currumbin and Newport. That makes up the top 4. So, fantastic running. That was a bit quicker. I think that one was quicker. Let's have a look how they got out. Cronulla, look at that solid change. That is safety. Cronulla, well done in the light blue cap there. Just slowed it up to get in. Doesn't matter if you get 1, 2, 3 or 4 in the semi. You just need to be in the finals. For Bree Masters, closest to the crowd, the Open Women's Beach Sprint champion, brings it home for Kurrawa, looking fantastic. Currumbin and Newport. Well, they're your 4, but it's the judge's decision that is final. What do you make of the 2 semis?
I'm still City of Perth. I think in semi 1 they look great, but then it was a bit hard to tell with when Currumbin dropped the baton. I think if they didn't drop the baton, it would have been close between those 2. Cronulla, they look good. The first 3 changes, they were great. I think we were very lucky we had Bree Masters on the finish for us there. So.
Oh, what a great baton change to the Australian Open Beach Sprint champion. That is how you want to be, in a medal position and pass to her. But I'd have to say in that, I love the 3rd changeover from Cronulla. Slowed it up, well thought. That's a mature athlete.
100%, playing it safe.
Playing it safe. If I don't have a decal now, I'm out.
You'll see in the final you'll be pushing they won't be playing it safe in the final.
No, you've got to run the gauntlet. You've got to run the gauntlet. If you don't run the gauntlet here. So we've got the boys coming up here. This looks like it's the Open Male semi-final. We've got Coogee, Wanda, Kurrawa, Cottesloe. They're all there. Geez, there's some dominant teams of... what do you make of who you see here, Ryan?
Well, Wanda won the world titles a couple of years ago in Amsterdam or Holland, and they look like they got the national champion. I think the guy may have won his age group, I think, as well. So I think they're going to be one to watch as well. North Cott with Tommy Nolan, they always have a great team. Then you got Marty Lynch's team there. He always does a good job with his guys. He's a Masters. He actually won his Masters flags, I believe, in the 30-35s.
Right, so we've got young kids competing in Opens. We've got Masters competing in Opens. It's a red-hot field. You've got to have 4 runners, and they've got to be fast because there's 8 in it and 4 go through. Drop the baton, miss the 4. You're not up for the bling. Cottesloe there with the white cap. Their last instructions to each other. Make sure you clean my blocks out is a big tip, Ryan, you were saying. Wanda, the strapping down the back leg, mate, what is that all about?
That's that kinesiology tape. Normally it's precaution. I'm hoping he hasn't got an injury, but a lot of times it's just people just like the feel of it, and he may have had a slight injury prior, and it just gives that little bit of reassurance and makes you get probably more confidence.
Okay, so Wander on screen, standing tall, looking down the 90 metres that is the beach sprint track. Coogee making sure his blocks are set. Wander in there again. Newport. Currumbin.
I believe
the
that's
Vikings.
their B, that would be their B team.
So the Newport have put in a B team. Cottesloe. Wander with 2. Currumbin, the Vikings. And there they are, Cottesloe. Cottesloe ready to run fast. So Coogee with the light blue and dark blue. Wanda. This is going to be cracker. It's under lights, it's at Broadbeach, and it's on the Gold Coast, and it's Aussies 2019. Semi-final 1, 8 clubs, 4 through, and good clean baton changes, and you're in for the big one tonight. The beach sprint relay final, but you can't get there unless you get in the top 4. They're doing everything to flatten out the changes. They're looking at about 10 to 8 metres per second. Imagine a baton running at you that quick. You've got to hold it. You've got your club. You've got your teammates. You've got everybody screaming for you to get it right. We've seen some mishaps. We've seen some accidental baton drops. We've seen batons dropped and places changed. We don't want this at the open level. This is beach sprinting at its best.
This is going to be, they've got all the A teams here, the top teams are in this first heat.
So there you heard it from Ryan Hoffman. The top teams are in the first semi. Seacliff, Coogee, Wanda, Cottesloe. They're all there, and it's a fast start there. Closest to screen, Seacliff were a little bit slower out of the blocks, but Coogee, Wanda, Cottesloe, Kurrawa, Wanda, Currumbin. But a big start from Cottesloe over on this hotel side with the white cap. Cottesloe out to a dominant start. Currumbin showing that they'll be there. Cottesloe, Coogee, Wanda, they're all there. Runner 3, no mistakes from here. Look at it go from Currumbin. Big third leg. Cottesloe slowing down. Good change by Cottesloe closest to this. Oh, there's a drop baton. Coogee, drop the baton. That could be the end of them. Cottesloe very dominant in the white cap, closest to the hotel. Currumbin's through. Kurrawa's through. Wanda's through. That's it. A drop baton has cost a team again. How quick you can go from qualifying to an Australian final to be out. Oh, that was fast and furious. Semi 1. Here we go. Currumbin, Cottesloe, Coogee coming in. Drop baton. Was his eyes on the prize, or was it looking at a final before he got there?
Yeah, that's hard to see. I'll tell you, that Northcott, the great changes. That last change, it was right on the money. And you're sure they come in the same with Currumbin, yet they left about 3 metres ahead.
I reckon Cottesloe slowed down in that third change. Oh, look at that. That's a dominant victory against Currumbin, Kurrawa, Wanda with a slow 3 to 4 baton change.
That was they're well drilled. I think Cottesloe might be the ones to watch this time. They look great.
Well, the West are on fire in both male and female. They are putting relay teams together. This is exciting. This is open racing. It's waiting now. The judges will get a final call. They'll wait to see that there was no breaks. They'll stand there. They'll pass the decal. Well, no worry. It'll be no worries, I would think, for Cottesloe.
Yeah, they look good. Everyone looked pretty safe. They look like everyone looked pretty safe. The positions were pretty clear. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There we go. So to get the baton. So there, Cottesloe are happy. There's the hug and a slap. Runners 1 and 4. The way we saw it, they're all through. That was so fast.
They were great. I'm still impressed with Cottesloe. They look great. They weren't on my book initially. I was thinking about Currumbin, but after seeing that, I think Cottesloe is maybe the team to beat.
That's a big call early, going into semi 2.
But then look at this Allura team. They've got young Hannah. They've got a champion who's won multiple relays in the back there. So they're going to be tough as well.
So a quick look until we get the start line. We'll tell you, we've got Currumbin closest to us. We've got Alex again in there again. We've got Cronulla with another team. We've got Anglesey in there. We've got Sorrento. We've got your guys from Kurrawa. We've got Sorrento and we've got Allura. Some of the same clubs are starting to dominate in this beach sprinting at the moment. Lots of same clubs doing really well. It's big coaching programs. Look at the fitness of our Viking there with the shorts on. Concentrating now, arms up, knowing what he has to do, how he has to get it. Alexandra Headlands with the yellow cap, 3 black stripes. They're pumped. Girls will be getting there to cheer the guys on, but it's staying focused. Well, this looks like it's a long pants race. The couple of cozies in the last one, the shorts for this one. So we'll give you a call when they get set down to tell you the clubs. We'll call it from Seaward side to the crowd side or the hotel side as it is. So, as we said, we've got Currumbin in 1 closest to screen, green and white. We've got Alexandra Headlands with yellow and black stripes. We've got Anglesey from Victoria in there. We've got, with the yellow and the white and the blue, we've got Curra, we've got Sorrento in the green, and then we've got Allura over there on the side. Allura running in lane 8, closest to the hotel street side. So 8 racing, 4 to go through, no mistakes, and away we will go. Look at the last bit of stretching. Okay, can this race go as fast as the last race?
I think so. After looking at Allura and Sorrento, you can't. They're a great beach teams. You can't beat. They're well trained and they've got the results. You got Jackson Simmons. He's going to be finishing for them, I believe. And what more important person you want than finishing than Jackson Simmons?
What a great person. Well, we just saw the difference when we passed to pre-masters. She dominated from second to first very, very quickly. But they've got to do just like everyone else. Doesn't matter if you've got the Australian champion. You've got to do baton changes, and you've got to do them perfect, and you've got to run into the top 4. Otherwise, see you later. Pack your baton into the bag and put it on the plane, and away you go home, because it is over, because this is semi-final time. For Aussies 2019, it's beach relay time. Semi-final 2, Currumbin, Alex, Cronulla, Anglesey, Kurrawa, Sorrento, Allura, and they're away. Very, very fast starting. The boys are off to a very fast start in race number 1, but it looks like Currumbin's getting the cash early. They're off to a good start. Your team of Curra, Ryan, perfect baton change then, made all the difference. But have a look at Sorrento. Sorrento from WA has absolutely blown them away into baton change too. That was Jackson Simmons with the Australian champion, but look at the difference it's made when you run the Australian champion. Sorrento looking fantastic. Currumbin with some work to do, but it's Sorrento in the green cap dominating. Your guys from Curra are in the middle. Allura are there. 1, 2, 3 on Currumbin have made it through. So Anglesey out, Cronulla out, and maybe Allura out. Well, what a difference it made when you ran the Australian beach sprint champion Jackson Simmons from Sorrento. He took them from second or third to straight to the lead. Well, look at this baton change. Perfect. On song. Striding out. Look at just there how big that lead is. Yeah. That was a close race until the Australian champion went off. Sorrento. That was way more dominating than the first semi by a long way.
Yeah, that Sorrento is going to be one to watch. It's going to be a good one. Sorrento, Currumbin A, you got Curra A, and also Northcott. They look great.
So the way we see it is Sorrento, Allura, Kurrawa, and Currumbin. That's unofficial. That's unofficial. Remember, the judges are checking to see if there's any breaks. They'll stand in the lanes, the judges, and they'll give them the decals. 8 in it, 4 to go through. It was good, clean racing, though.
From what we saw, look, it's from the start end or the start end of the sprint end. All the changes look clean. A bit hard to say up this end.
Well, fast, 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 and it's only a semi-final. The gauntlet's going to be run in the final later tonight because we're racing under lights. The course is lit up, and if those semi-finals are anything to go by, it will be on fire. The men when they run, the women when they run, the relays. I just can't get over the pace of that Sorrento.
Well, once Jackson Simmons got, he took it to another level. That's why he's the 5-time Australian champion. This is the under-19 girls, I believe, and I think it's going to be hard to beat Currumbin, this team that dominated their semi-final.
So the girls are now running in some are running in singlets, some aren't.
The last runner has to run in coloured singlets, right, for the camera so they can separate. They normally wait to the finals to do this. So the last runner of the leg is going to be running in the colours.
So the girls will be running. We'll get the look at who and what team is running. They're flattening out the track. getting rid of the potholes. Remember, the boys are big, strong and heavy. They're leaving some really, really big, deep running marks, so the girls need to make sure they flatten them out.
The girls will probably have a slightly different markers when they take off, probably a bit close to the line. A lot of the men will have a bit longer. They might have a bit longer run up. Depends on the confidence.
Right, so the girls are a bit short of the run up to the baton change.
Normally, it's but it depends on the girls if they're comfortable.
Hampton from Victoria, they have been fantastic in the women. They're running in the all black with the white stripes. They're in the centre lane, so we'll get a look as the girls come into their lane so we get it right. So Currumbin with their little bit of a grudge match happening because it's Currumbin in the green and white, running next to Alex, then Hampton from Victoria, then Sorrento, then Cronulla, then Allura, then North Cronulla. Well, what about this? You've got a club championship in Currumbin, and then on our outside, we've got 3 Shire clubs right next to each other. So the 3 Shire clubs, Cronulla in the blue, Allura in the blue with the white with the blue stripe, and then North Cronulla in the blue with the yellow with the blue. This is going to be interesting. Throw in Sorrento, throw in Hampton for Victoria, Alexandria Headlands and 2 Currumbin clubs. This is going to be a cracker under-19 beach relay final. This is it. This is the one. If you want to win, you must get it clean. You must be fast. You must concentrate the whole time, because if you don't, you're not going to be in the medals. Under 19 beach relay final. Currumbin v for Currumbin. Could it be Currumbin, or how do you say it? But we're in now. Girls in the blocks. Under 19 beach relay final for women. Set. And they're away. Very dominant start from Alexandria Headlands, but the girls across the board are pretty tight. So Currumbin, Alex, Hampton, Sorrento, Cronulla, Allura and North Cronulla. So Currumbin in lane 2 out to a good start. Very clean changeover. Allura powering in the blue Cozzy. Currumbin in lane 2. Looks like they've got the best start now. It'll come down to the changeovers. Very clean from Currumbin. Sorrento have come through with a terrific baton change. So Currumbin still out to a good lead in the green and white. Sorrento coming through now. 1 baton change to go. Can Currumbin nail it? They have. Sorrento in 2. Who's got their fastest runners? Sorrento gritting their teeth in the blue singlet. But it's the line of Currumbin. Getting cheered on. This is close. Oh, no. Was it the Sorrento runner? It looks like Alex third. Sorrento may have played their cards right. The 4th runner has looked like they've nailed it from a lead that looked like couldn't be lost. This is so tight. So Sorrento in the lime green. Look at the distance. Currumbin magic change. Sorrento nails it. About 2 stride lead to Currumbin into the last change. Sorrento has put the grit, put the nail into it, and run for all life for her team. Look how much effort. Sorrento from Western Australia. This is going to be close. So close. But it could be the run of her life. From 2nd to 1st in the under-19 beach relay final. I don't know with the camera angle. I don't know. Currumbin jumping for joy. Alex knowing they got 3rd. Sorrento, well, they're just hugging because they know they've got a medal. Who knows what that will be? How did you see that, Ryan? That was tight.
It was the last change. The Sorrento nailed that change. If they end up getting the gold, it was because of that change. It was an incredible change.
The change was all the difference. 3 to 4. What a magic change. The way that the 4th runner ran onto the baton, as you'd said earlier in the telecast. As you said early into the telecast, in the final, if you run hard onto it, you're at max speed.
Yeah, you've got what you've happened. Currumbin's changed well back to be safe. Sorrento went for it, and it's paid off.
Well, Sorrento ran at pace. Absolutely powered onto it, but no. Currumbin has held on. Currumbin for the gold, Sorrento for the silver, and Alex for the bronze. The girls with glitter on their face from Alex pick up a medal and take out the bronze. Well, that was as tight as you're going to get it. Currumbin in 1. Sorrento, oh, I'd love to see the photo in 2. Alex in 3. Under 19. Girls beach rent. If that's what we're in for tonight, that is edge of your seat stuff. What a great final in the under 19 girls beach sprint relay.
Certainly was, and that change, it just goes to show how much when you have a crack at the changes, it can almost mean a medal, well, gold medal.
2 of the victorious Currumbin team members, Australian champions. Run us through that anchor leg. That was insane finish.
Thank you. Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Did you think you had it when you crossed the line?
I honestly had no idea. I was just like hoping that we were going to get it, but it was an awesome run.
Incredible finish there. You saw your team at the end. You're screaming at it to come and get there, and now you guys are the Australian champions. How's it feel?
Oh, it feels amazing, honestly. All these girls are so good. And we just brought it home, you know, yeah.
And what about this Currumbin Vikings crew? Such a big squad, but you're still a very tight-knit family, and it's a great group to be a part of.
Yeah, all our support is from all our Currumbin Vikings crew. We couldn't have done it without every single person, so yeah.
Well, congratulations on the win, girls, and enjoy that one tonight. We'll see you back for some flags action tomorrow.
Thank you.
So there we go, Currumbin Vikings.
Well, doesn't matter how much you win by, as long as you win. It doesn't say it on the gold medal by how much you won by, but whoa.
Unbelievable. You're 100% right. 1,000. It's hard to get beaten by 1,000th of a second, but that's the way it is. Once our team back in Perth, we won by 1,000th of a second. It's bitter for the other person, so it's always good to be on the other end.
Is it ever? And it never says it on the gold medal. It might as well have said what you won by a whole length of the field. But anyway, gold to Currumbin. Under 19 boys beach relay final. We'll get a quick look. We've got some caps from Wanda, Kurrawa, Anglesea, Alexandra Headlands producing again. Seacliff from South Australia, Sorrento. See if they can get that inch more to be that bit perfect. Although a silver medal at the Australian Championships is something not to be sneezed at. So, closest to screen, left to right, we've got Kurrawa in 1, Wanda in 2, Kurrawa in 3, Anglesea in 4, Alexandra Headlands in 5, Coogee in 6, Seacliff in 7, and Sorrento in 8. This is the final, under 19 beach relay. This is what these guys have come for, the team event. They're into the blocks and set, under 19. Beach relay, we've got one standing start. Aussies 2019. They're away. Whoa, Wanda a little behind, probably going to come through with Jamie Smith a bit later. But it's Kurrawa out in front. Seacliff looking strong. What a close change this is. Closest to screen, Kurrawa looking the goods. Seacliff in the middle in the all black looking good. Anglesea from Victoria looking good. But Kurrawa very dominant early. Very dominant, 2 to 3. A swap of hands. Was that a trick? Or has that slowed him down? Who knows? But closest to screen, Kurrawa on the outside in the all-black. Seacliff looking good. But it's Kurrawa from here. But Wanda, Jamie Smith from Wanda. He is powering. Has he got enough to come over the top of Kurrawa? No way. Dominant. Kurrawa knew early. Wanda second. Kurrawa third. What a coaching job by you. 2, 1 and 3. Ryan, how do you do it?
No, that was incredible. We switched a few people around from state because we really struggled. And the team that got third, that's full of under 17
Well, look
kids.
at this changeover from Kurrawa. Arm out wide. Bang on the money. That's the gold run. Jamie Smith from Wanda with the blue cap. Superb runner. He was chasing the speed. He was pushing super hard. But it was Kurrawa. He's not yet smiling. It's not far now. The arms are striding. He knows it's coming. Looks over. Yeah! Gold. Under 19. Beach relay champions. Yes, baby. We get it. The team will get there. What a great effort. Wanda in second. First runner in a standing start. I love it. Let's see what the judges come up with.
the last runner for Currow, he's actually couldn't run at the state title because he's got a contract to coach at the NRL. Not coach, to be a referee. So that's his lifelong plan to be a...
Currow, hand up for first, Wander in second, and Currow in third. Well, you must be over the moon, Ryan. Gold and bronze from an 8 final. That was unbelievable. Well, look at this. We're seeing some youngsters who are now running up and running down. Currow mixing their Currumbin, mixing their teams up. Oh, this racing has been tight. This is as tight as you're going to get it anywhere.
That's it. Well, that last women's one, that was fantastic. I would love to see the photo finish. It's if we could get that up, that'd be nice. But
in the under-19s and anchor leg here. What about those boys that came before you? Some big runs and just set you up for that finish.
Yeah, exactly. Coming down that final straight, I was really scared because a lot of these boys that ran anchors were also in that final. I was worried they were going to chase me down, but got there in the end.
Well, what about that third leg? That was like lightning. You were out like a rocket, and you must be so happy to set that one up for your team.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, we all came together today and we just tried our best, and we did. And we made it.
Oh, you're Australian champs and third as well in that race. The depth at Currow, great results in the individuals as well for the girls, and now the boys delivering in the relays.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm so proud of all the Currow competitors. It's really our training has shown, and I'm happy for everyone.
Well, congratulations to the boys. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together. Currow take it out, the Australian title in the under-19 Men's Beach Sprint Championship of Australia.
Well, disappointment last year for Currow. Success this year. What a fantastic run by Currow then. It was just the baton changes were magnificent. We're going to go into the under-17 beach relay final for women. In lane 1, we have Allura. Lane 2, Currumbin. Lane 3, Jean Jacques from Victoria. Currumbin, Coogee, Cronulla and South Melbourne. So once we get them on the screen, we'll show you where they are in their lanes. So closest to screen, that's lane 1. That's the water side. That's Allura. Currumbin B in lane 2 with the green cap with the white. Jean Jacques got their name printed on their blue cap in lane 3. Currumbin A, Coogee A, Cronulla A and South Melbourne. So the Melbourne teams, the Victorians, they've got 2 in there. What will they do? I do love the program they're running at Coogee in Sydney's East, but this is going to be very hard to go past Currumbin A. Currumbin A have been on fire. They've had some girls run from the 17s into the Opens. That's got to make a huge difference.
Oh, definitely. This Currumbin A team, they're 4 quality runners. So, but as we've seen, with a couple of different changes, you never know. And sometimes the semi-finals, people have been playing it safe, but it'd be hard to go past Currumbin.
Yes, so we're not far now. These girls they're getting ready. These are the girls getting the changeovers, getting their singlets. Making sure, practicing Currumbin from right to left on the screen. So going back to left to right on the screen. Currumbin with the green and white. Coogee with the light blue with the dark blue. Cronulla's the light blue with the white and the blue. Jean Jacques with the dark blue with their name written on their cap. Currumbin with the green. And Allura with the white, blue and the blue. So left to right, quick run through. Allura, Currumbin, Jean Jacques, Currumbin, Coogee, Cronulla, South Melbourne. This is the under-17 female beach sprint relay. 4 changes. Doesn't matter who goes through. We're racing for gold, silver and bronze. This is where the nerves are in when you're the 4th runner. 4th runner to wear the singlet so the judges can tell on the photo finish, because it's going to be tight, it's going to be close, and the girls will not want to drop any batons. Clean, 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 but they won't be slowing down like they were in the semis. What are they thinking about right now, Ryan?
Oh, the girls are just trying to get ready for basically like a regular sprint start. And as you know, it's at this level, if you drop the button, that's it. Unfortunately, there's no breathing space at all. It has to be clean changes.
The girls will be running at about 8 metres a second, so you've got to have your eyes on the prize. It's a red and yellow baton. Get it and go. Simple as that. We're running under lights. We're Aussies 2019. We're on the Gold Coast. This is Broadbeach. There's the Cronulla coaching staff. He works hard, Mark. He works really hard with his team. He'll be wanting success in this under-17s. They're a good team. So they come to the line. There's no turning back now. Under-17 beach relay final. Allura, Currumbin, Janjak, Currumbin, Coogee, Cronulla and South Melbourne. They're away. They're away. Currumbin off to a terrific start in lane 2, left of screen. But Cronulla should be dominant throughout in the blue and white and black cap. But Currumbin in the green, straight into the lead. Straight into the lead, Currumbin. Changeover. Perfect. Perfect. Cronulla are up there. This is tight. Currumbin interchange 2 into 3. Is it clean? It's clean, but Cronulla hit it at more pace. I'd say Cronulla. Oh, there's been an injury, is it? To Coogee. I think Cronulla hit it at more pace in that change. This will be tight. There's nothing in it. Currumbin marginally over Coogee. Over Cronulla. Cronulla looking very fast in the blue. The line top. Currumbin fading. Cronulla. The fast changing Cronulla. Cronulla take gold over Currumbin in the last leg with Allura third. Oh, the beach relay is not letting anybody down. It's not over to the finish. Very, very exciting racing. What a great changeover. Cronulla. It's not about who can run the fastest. It's who can hit the changeover the best. And look at Cronulla there. Go from behind to in front. What magic coaching, magic racing. Cronulla, well done. Currumbin tried ever so hard in the 4th leg. But the changeover is part of the race, and Cronulla nailed it.
They did. That's what made the difference. Cronulla hit every change perfectly, and they were picking up where they were missing out a couple of metres each leg. They were picking up on the changes, and that's where they won it, on the changes. Great effort, and they had to go for it.
What an exciting race. The under-17 girls beach relay. Well, now they'll be waiting for the judge's decision. Cronulla waiting, breathing. Coogee thinking, did we get something? Judges make it, and there it is. Cronulla in Sydney South, the Shire, gold medalist, under-17 beach relay. Currumbin in second. What a great race there. Oh, that came down to the wire, that one. What an exciting race that is. And we're going to be coming up shortly to the 17 boys. Well, if it's anything to go by, what the girls have been doing, these boys will be hitting this at pace. If you don't win. It's a simple formula. 4 fast runs, 4 fast changeovers, and a gold medal at the end. Ryan, what are you seeing in these beach relays now, other than them being super fast and super exciting?
Well, they're obviously that close, but it's coming down the changes. It's each seems to be, everyone's pretty close in the running, but whoever has a crack at the changes.
The Cronulla girls, and well, a big showdown against Currumbin, arch rivals, and here we go. Don't be afraid. Come in, you're Australian champions. How good is it?
It's good.
It's better than good. It's got to be better than that. What are you feeling?
I'm feeling really happy.
Yeah, why not? Obviously, a lot of training, a lot of hard work goes into this. And who you like to thank?
We'd like to thank all the Cronulla crew. That was absolutely amazing, their support to us. All our family and friends have obviously done a lot for us, like our schools, everybody, just anybody who's helped us in any way, shape or form.
Yeah, love it. And obviously great to get a win, not just for Cronulla, but for New South Wales as well. And a lot of wins there, obviously for Kurrawa and Currumbin, but nice to see a nice gold coming back to New South Wales.
Yeah, so happy with the outcome. Good bunch of girls to do it with, really happy about it.
Well done, girls. Under-19 Beach Relay Champions of Australia for 2019. The Cronulla girls, well done. Up next, under-19 men's competition not too far away.
Well, they're excited in the Shire because Cronulla takes it out. Well, it took it out in the baton change. I know they're all really fast, but we'll tell you the caps when we see them running down. But the start list in lane 1 is Sorrento. Lane 2, Seacliff. Some of the familiar clubs are starting to come to the fore. Grange in South Australia. Now, here's an interesting one in lane 4 to look out for. Bellahara Waterman from France in lane 4. All the way from France, making it through to the Australian Championship final. In lane 5 is Alexandra Headlands. and Mullaloo from WA in 6. So how exciting is it to have a team from France? They'll be in the green and the blue cap there with the red Aussies. So Bellahara, Waterman from France. Have the French got something to take on to the Aussies here?
That'll be good to see. They wouldn't be over here if they can't run, so it's going to be interesting. I really haven't noticed them up till now, so that's great.
So we're starting to turn international, our Australian Championships. Bit of a flavour, so you're seeing some of the familiar caps. So if we look on the screen, left to right, water side to hotel side, coming into the screen. So what we're seeing now in the green cap in lane 1, Sorrento. In the black cap, Seacliff. In the blue with the red and white square is Grange. And then there's our French counterparts, Bellahara, Waterman. In lane 5, in the yellow with the 3 black scraps, obviously with the name on his shorts, Alexandra Headlands. And Mullaloo from Western Australia. They're into the blocks. Who's your tip?
After semis, the Grange, Sorrento. The Western Australia seems to be, well, that's a South Australian team. Grange always have some great runners, but Sorrento's going to be tough again. But I've been proven wrong a few of them.
All right, set. Under 17 beach relay final. Sorrento, Seacliff, Grange, Bellahara. Alexandra Headlands out to a great start. Great start, Alexandra Headlands. Mullaloo next to them from WA. Look at the grit. Look at the grit in the first run leg. Seacliff, what a magic change from South Australia. What a magic change from Seacliff. But Grange in the long pairs. Grange in those long pairs overtakes Seacliff. South Australia 1-2. Grange onto Seacliff. Oh, there's a baton chain drop there from Alexandra Headlands. Unfortunately, they're out. Our Frenchmen are a little further back. But Seacliff, have they got enough? There's a baton drop from Sorrento are in front. Devastating. Grange in the long pants. Grange in the long pants. Seacliff, their neighbouring club. Will they get second? Domination. Domination by Grange. Domination by South Australia. Seacliff are in second. Looks like Sorrento may be in third. Then taking up to the French. So the Aussies take it out. South Australia go 1-2. What an awesome relay. Look at this baton change. Seacliff. Seacliff up. Up. He's runner 4. Eyes on the prize. He's going to nail it. Perfect. Sorrento, no. No! Look how far it goes away. It's into another lane. Is there a rule change there or something we should know, Ryan?
No, he's fine because he never impeded another athlete. As long as you can go to any lane, as long as you don't impede, and there was no one in the lanes 1 or 2, so he was fine. And that you saw once again the Grange athlete coming in second, and he ends up coming out first with a great change.
The baton change is proving all the difference. The baton change is proving the difference in all our relays. Grange from South Australia, Seacliff from South Australia. They're going to take it down to the Aussie bite, the Australian champions. There's bragging rights, though, for Grange. But Seacliff, I did see there, guys. They're not disappointed with silver. This is an unbelievable beach relay program. Underlights on the Gold Coast. Aussies 2019 Grange. They're your champions. Seacliff second. And after the baton was dropped, Sorrento pick up the bronze. 4th spot to the French. 5th to Alexandra Headlands. What a great run. And now we're into the women's racing. Well, that was unbelievable.
It was, yeah. Well, if Sorrento didn't drop the baton, it could have been anything.
Well, what about that finish? A big battle there with Seacliff, South Australian Challenge, but you got the win and you got the Aussie gold.
Yeah, we got it done. You know, the boys, you know, running first, second, third, set it up. You know, put it on a gold platter for me, so couldn't really do much else.
Proud club, Grange, especially with the beach sprints as well, and nice to get there, another one, and get the photo on the wall of the club.
Yeah, it's always good. You know, that'll be our fourth photo up on the club, so that'll be a good one.
Yeah, racking it up. And the South Australians got some sprint speed too, and now coming through the ranks, 17s, onto 19s soon enough, and eyeing off the Opens.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll wish you all the best, but congratulations. Put your hands together. Grange, under 17 boys beach sprint champions of Australia. 17's done and dusted, and getting behind me now, it's showtime. The big ones. Two big finales to finish us off here on Friday Night Lights. It's the Open Women's Beach Relay Championship of Australia.
Well, Kurt gets to catch up with South Australia's finest. Grange winning the beach relay. And here we go. The fastest 4 women team on the beach. The Open Beach Relay Final for women. Northcliffe there. Curra there. I hope my co-commentator can hold his nerve. Currumbin on screen. Sorrento are in there. City of Perth are in there. We'll tell you the lanes are in a minute. Newport are there. Remember, we're running under lights. The wind's up. It's making a difference. 2 runners into the wind. 2 runners with the wind. Cronulla are there. It's going to be an exciting race. Really exciting race. But it looks like lane 1, City of Perth. When they line up in the blocks, we'll give you the cap colours. We'll give you the clubs. We'll give you their lanes. But Currumbin are in there, Northcliffe are in there, Curra are in there. Remember, Curra at some stage are going to pass to the Australian Beach Sprint Champion in pre-masters. Give us an inside tip. Where's she going to run, Ryan?
She's going to run last because she's running into the wind. She's one of the strongest girls in our squad. So we've got Casey Fial starting. She's a little pocket rocket. She's very fast, and running with the wind's going to suit her.
Okay, so Curra with the yellow, the blue, the white. They're going to run the Australian Open Beach Sprint final winner in last. So if Curra are in with a sniff, Curra on screen now. Curra are in with a whisker of a hope. They will dominate. They will dominate. But don't write off Currumbin, A and B. Don't write off Sorrento. Don't write off City of Perth. So let's have a look here. In the red, City of Perth. In the green, Sorrento. In the green and white, Currumbin. Green and white, Currumbin. Yellow and blue and white, Curra. Northcliffe with the star on their hat. Cronulla on the outside, and Newport in lane 7. So again, City of Perth, Sorrento, Currumbin, Curra, Northcliffe, Newport, and Cronulla rounding out late 1 on the hotel side. Beachside, City of Perth in the red. This will be a dynamite final. This is the Open Women's Beach Relay Final for 2019. Lot hinging on this. Club bragging rights, club domination. But look how relaxed Sorrento is. Sorrento, again, this is a little bit of a ding-dong battle. Sorrento in the green, not far away from the red and white of City of Perth. Now we're calling them in. Currumbin called in.
The Currumbin A team's getting led by Elizabeth Forsyth, who got second, so they should be out pretty strong at the start.
All right, so Currumbin, who's a hot favourite, are going to run the silver medalist in the Open Women's single final. They're going to run her first, and Curra are going to run the champion last. Well, Open women are running at 8 metres to 9 metres per second. They're set. This is the Open Female Beach Relay Final, Aussies 2019. And they're away, City of Perth, closest to screen, out fast, Sorrento, Currumbin, Curra, Northcliffe, Newport, and look at Cronulla on the outside. Very fast changeover. Remember, in the centre of the screen in the yellow, Curra need to be close. Currumbin, though, City of Perth, they were awesome in the semi-final. They've got a good lead, 2 into 3. No drop battens so far. Curra in the yellow. Remember, they're going to tag the Open Beach Sprint final winner. Are they close enough? City of Perth, is it enough? Pre-Masters is off. There's a drop batten by City of Perth. No. Pre-Masters, has she got the legs after the single win? After the individual win, she takes double gold, double pump. Cronulla silver, Currumbin third, the double pump, the double gold. Bree Masters, you are the single and team champion on the beach. You are dynamite. Ryan Hoffman, you know how to coach them. Gold to Kurrawa.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'll tell you what, Cronulla snuck through on that outside lane closest to the buildings.
Well, Cronulla, have a look at the City of Perth in first with Cronulla, and bang, drop baton. We've said it all day. Curra in fourth. Currumbin struggled. And you don't do that when next to you is the Australian Beach Sprint champion. She will dominate you. And dominate she did. But look at Cronulla on the outside, closest to the people in the blue. Running strong. No mistakes from Cronulla. Gives them silver, but the composure, the technique, better than everyone in the field. Bree Masters, double pump coming, double gold, individual and relay. There it is. Kurrawa, Open Women's Beach Sprint Relay Champions. Aussies 2019 on the Gold Coast. Cronulla in second, Currumbin in third. That's as good as you're going to get it, people.
That was great because the girls won the world titles too, so it's great to put them all together. But that Cronulla, I was surprised they snuck through, and they were in clear leaders coming into that last leg, and that showed how they hit their changes really hard.
Well, the men have to learn from the races before them, because when we're running at pace and we're in front, you make no mistakes. City of Perth, unfortunately, and there it is. It's official. Double gold, Bree Masters, individual and team champion on the Gold Coast 2019. That was as exciting as you'll get in beach relay running. 4 runners perfecting it all the way. But here they are, the big dogs. The big dogs, the men who will be running at full pace. No holding back. This will be as fast as you'll ever get. If you blink, it's going to be over.
This one here, I think, if I believe at that second change going into Jackson Simmons, they were heading over.
Well, Mel was there as well for a moment. She's hiding somewhere behind, but couldn't take the smile off her face or yours either. It's been Curra's night here tonight on the sand, hasn't it?
Oh, definitely. I'm so proud of the girls. Second one in a row. So I knew that was going to be tough. Those teams were amazing, and we did everything we could. Everyone's runs were amazing. Casey had an amazing start, set us up for the whole race, and the changes are spot on, and we couldn't be happier. The
Curra Club's going to be heaving just down the road this evening, and no doubt drinks flowing, but on hold, flags tomorrow, more to do, and it's going to be a lot to celebrate over the next 2 days, no doubt.
Oh yeah, definitely. We've been hoping so much for this one, and just getting it, I've just got so emotional. That was probably the best run I've done this whole competition, so I'm so glad it happened now, not bad this time. So no, it was so good. I'm so happy.
Oh, well done. And just lastly on the coaching here as well, Mel's there. It's a big team, a big crew, and what shout outs you got to give to them all?
Oh, I'd like to shout out to all of our coaches, Mel, Hoffy, Peter, everyone. They're all just so amazing, and we couldn't have done it without them, and all of our families and everything and our friends. Oh, it's just so good for them to be here, and yeah, definitely couldn't have done it without them.
Well, no, Hoffy will be celebrating on the live stream as well, so he'll be super pumped up. Well, congratulations, girls. Celebrate a little tonight and a lot tomorrow night.
Definitely. We'll just have some dessert.
Yeah, just dessert.
Well, you've earned it. So ice cream all round for the Curra girls. Victory in the Open Beach Sprint for them. What a night it's been. One to come. The big boys come out to play here under lights. The Open Men's Beach Relay Championship of Australia up next.
Well, that's what it means. The excitement is there. Bree Masters, she put one finger up. I think she could put 2 because it was 2 gold.
Yeah.
Mate, you're over the moon.
Yeah, I'm a bit speechless, actually. I'm pretty... the girls work so hard, and a couple of girls a bit disappointed with when they're running the semi-final, but they've come out, and I think they're going to go home pretty happy now. So they got the world titles, the state titles, and now the Australian titles, so it's been a good one for the girls.
What an awesome performance by you and the girls, but that said, this is the fastest beach relay on the planet. The Australian Beach Relay Final of the Open Men. There's no mucking around, there's no looking around, and there's no laughs, and there's no jokes. This is it, right? This is the last chance to win gold if you're a beach sprinter. There's no looking around. This is it. Wander in the blue with the red with the blue. Currumbin, all wearing the shorts in the green and white. Coogee in the white with the blue. Allura. So we'll read from lane 1. Closest to the beach, Wander, Currumbin, Coogee, Allura, Currumbin, Kurrawa, Sorrento and Kurrawa. Well, you've done it again, Ryan. You've got 2 in the final. What are you going to get? Are you getting more medals?
Well, I hope so. I'd like to get one, at least one of them, but it's going to be tough with Northcott, and you got Currumbin. They've got a great team, and so's Allura. It's going to be a hard one. It's going to come down to changes. Whoever hits the changes the hardest.
Okay, Seaward side will have Wander. Then they're next to Currumbin. Currumbin pace. I like the Wander are going to get next to the pace in Currumbin. Then Coogee. Then Allura. Then Currumbin. Then Kurrawa and the Sorrento. And Kurrawa again. They're away! Open male beach sprint relay. This is it. This is the final. This is Aussies 2019. You can throw a blanket over them, but Kurrawa out to a dominating start with Currumbin. The 2 powerhouses on the beach of male beach sprinting. There is nothing in it. Kurrawa on the outside. Currumbin on the inside. It's going to come down to baton changes. It's going to come down to baton changes. Wander just absolutely nailed it. Wander nailed it. Sorrento got the lead. 1 runner to go. This is nothing in it. Kurrawa, Sorrento, Currumbin. Who's got the legs? Who's got the legs? Who's got the legs? Is it Currumbin? It's Currumbin. Kurrawa, Wander. Oh, you're not getting it any tighter. That's how I did see it. But I don't know. They don't know. Maybe the girls know. They've run over to the boys. But Kurrawa, you might have done it again. Has Ryan gone back-to-back for Kurrawa? Taking out the open men and open women. But look at this baton change. Kurrawa, they're in 3rd. Sorrento, Currumbin, 2nd. But Kurrawa, it's going to be so close. What a magic baton change from Kurrawa. Look at the power. No looking around. He just eyes on the prize. But is it enough? Is it enough to take out the double? The men and the women. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. It's so close. It's so close. 1 dip. Who dips earliest? Oh, no. I think it might be Kurrawa over there. Look at that faded red pole over there.
It's exactly what happened last year. It went down to 1,000th of a second last year. Exactly the same result.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Currumbin got the tip last year, but either team, they've done a great effort.
Mate,
both teams deserve a medal.
You have coached to perfection tonight. Let's see if you can take out the last one. It's Currumbin. Currumbin take home the gold. The 2019 Open Men's Beach Relay Champions. Currumbin on the Gold Coast. The Vikings. The Vikings hang on. There's nothing in it. If there was ever a photo to be seen, that's the one. But look what it means to them. Look what the Open Men's Beach Relay means. It means everything. That's the one. That's the team. That's everyone involved. Well, Currumbin take gold in the Open Men's Beach Relay. Kurrawa take silver, and it was just too close for us to know who took bronze.
Yeah, that was a repeat of last year's Aussies, exactly the same result. Nice to see the photo that we got last year. But Currumbin did it right. They deserve the win.
Well, the beach sprinting under lights at Broadbeach is unbelievably. Howie.
The Open Men's Beach Relay Sprint champions of Australia, and it's going back to the Currumbin Vikings. First thoughts, just emotion and just amazing.
Oh, so good. Like, we've won the past few years, and we kind of put together a team sort of last minute-ish. Pretty much the first time we've all run together, so it was good to put it all together and get the win.
It takes all four to deliver the title, and all the four boys stepped up tonight, didn't they?
Oh, absolutely. Everyone had an absolutely phenomenal run in the end, and you know, those changeovers are the first time most of us have done them together, so you know, everything came together at the last moment, and it just worked, mate. It just worked.
A bit of sticky tape, bit of gaffer tape, put the boys together, get them on the line, and they take the title away from Kurrawa right at the edge.
Yeah, that was too close to call, wasn't it? And Aiden, as not even an opens runner, coming back at the end there. It's been 4 in a row now after a long, long drought, and we're good to keep the roll going. That's ridiculous.
What a record, and come in here, that anchor leg. Talk us through it. You had to pull up to a whole nother level, and you just delivered in the final stages.
Yeah, just had to pull through for the boys. I knew it was going to be a tough race, but yeah, we got it done.
4 straight. Unbelievable. What do you think about that? And obviously a dynasty has begun and something you want to keep going.
Yeah, for sure. Keep it going. 5 next year and hopefully more.
There's going to be a party at Elephant Rock tonight. The Currumbin Vikings have taken it out. In they come, and obviously plenty of emotion. You saw their coach there, Brett Robinson, coming in. So a bit of a mixture here from the beach track tonight. Plenty of great results from the Kurrawa club. But Currumbin Vikings finish it off with their 4th consecutive Open Men's Beach Sprint Relay title. We'll have our presentations coming up soon. Throw it back to you boys on live stream. Plenty of action coming up this weekend. Back in action tomorrow morning into the Surf Sports from 8 a.m.
Well, the Currumbin Vikings take out narrowly. I don't even think there'll be a piece of paper in it between Currumbin and Kurrawa yet again. But Currumbin Vikings, Kieran Gordon goes from silver to gold for his Currumbin team. I don't think you could say one particular person there won it for them. They were all superb. It was a great night on the beach today. So many great races there. It was so tight from the semi-finals to the finals. It was a magic evening under lights here at Broadbeach.
No, it certainly was. Every final, whether it was just the sprint or the relay, it come down to nothing. It come down to baton changes. All the teams are even. Once again, Brett Robinson's done a great job in preparing his Currumbin boys. And he got us again last year, exactly the same results. But good on him. Congratulations, Brett.
Okay, so we're here tomorrow night to wrap up the flags. The beach sprinting's been done. But tomorrow, 8 a.m., we're back on the live stream. We're back in the water early. The waves are up. It's magic. The drone will be getting some of the best shots that you've seen in surf lifesaving racing. The surf is magic. The Gold Coast is great. The glitter strip is on. Aussies 2019. Join us at 8 a.m. tomorrow for the live stream of Aussies on the Gold Coast 2019.